People, welcome back in. Welcome back in. You here with the one and only. Hey, it's really Jim's in the building, or you can call me Main, or you can call me Relly, whatever you want to call me. Please, whatever you do, just don't call me Collect. And hey, preseason game one. Chad, it's a lot we got to talk about. Preseason game one is in the books. Preseason game one is now over with. Preseason game one. Was it all what we expected? Did it live up to the hype? I'm here to break down it all and talk about it all. And hey, man, oh man. Did Deshaun Watson pull away today? Did Deshaun Watson pull away today? Is it Deshaun's job? Or can Shedeur Sanders still make up ground? We're going to talk about it all, folks. We're going to talk about it all. But before we get started, you know what we got to do. Run the intro.
Hey, we live now, really.
Wait, we live? Hold on. Can you see me? Mama, we made it. Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people? Welcome back in. Welcome on in, people. Hey, it's a lot that we got to talk about, and it's a lot that we got to discuss. I know. Don't be worried. Don't be nervous. It's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm talking about. You already know what I'm talking about. Did Deshaun Watson pull away today? Can Shedeur Sanders still win the job? Or did Deshaun Watson pull it out today? Did he pull it out today? We're going to get all into it and more, folks. We're going to get all into it and more. But I'm here to let you know, and I'm here to tell you, yes, Deshaun Watson, he might have won today. But it's a marathon for a reason, baby. It's a marathon for a reason. And today we're going to talk about it all. We're going to discuss it all. And I'm going to tell you why. Hey, it's a marathon, baby. And we ain't worried. So, yes, today, Browns preseason game one against the Chicago Bears. Did it live up to the hype? No, it didn't. But we saw some good things from both guys, including even Dylan Gabriel. But we also saw some bad things from our guy, Shedeur Sanders, and from all quarterbacks. So, yeah, folks, sit back, relax, get your popcorn ready, grab a snack if you have to. All right, we're going to get into it all today. And guess what? You know, I got the clips, right? I got the clips, right? I got the clips, right? Chat, can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? I got the clips, right? Okay, just make sure, So without further ado, folks, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to go ahead and talk about it. But first of all, today, the Cleveland Browns took on the Chicago Bears. All right, the final score was 34-10. Deshaun Watson led 2 scoring touchdown drives. Shedeur Sanders, he did have a potential scoring drive, but it stalled on a 4th down turnover. Well, not turnover, or 4th down stuff by the Chicago Bears. Folks, today, Deshaun Watson won today. Deshaun Watson won today. He won today. Point blank, period. But there's some hidden stuff and some hidden things that we must talk about and discuss. And with Deshaun Watson winning today, that just goes to show you that at the end of the day, hey, this quarterback battle is alive and well. Deshaun Watson today started off with the ones. Deshaun Watson today, he did what he was supposed to do. Deshaun Watson did what he was supposed to do. Every quarterback today that hit the field for the Cleveland Browns, they had a turnover. Every quarterback today for the Cleveland Browns did some good things and did some bad things. We're going to discuss it all. We're going to get into it all. And I got the clips loaded. But before we get into all that, folks, you got to do me this one favor. You got to do me this one solid. Okay, you got to make sure you hit that like button. You hit that bell button. Please, 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 please do me also this one favor. Please make sure you send this to your mommy, your daddy, your best friend of another friend, let Johnny, let Timmy. Don't forget about little Susie too. Little Susie, she need these gems. All right? So, hey, send these gems to everybody. Don't be selfish. All right? Come on now. Today, we're going to get into the film, though. Today, we're going to get into the clips. I got just about every passing attempt from each quarterback, and we're going to get into it. We're going to break each one of them down. All right, we're going to talk. We're going to discuss. All right, make sure you blowing up the chat today. Make sure you showing love because I'm going to get into y'all comments here too today, and we're going to have a big old family discussion about everything. Everything? Yes, everything. All right, but without further ado, I just want y'all to keep this in the back of your mind. All right, Deshaun Watson, yes, he did pretty well today. All right, Deshaun Watson did do well today. All right, but the Cleveland Browns overall did not do well. The Cleveland Browns defense, hey, the running defense looked good. All right, the running defense definitely looked good. But we know with this final score, it's a lot to look into with this final score. I know what I was expecting from Shedeur Sanders today. I did not get it. I know what you were probably expecting from Shedeur Sanders today. You did not get it. And guess what? I'm here to tell you it's okay. Pump your brakes. Because next week, come Monday, we right back at it. All right, we are right back at it. But come on in. All right, come on in. Deshaun Watson got to see legs back today a little bit, potentially. But with Deshaun Watson starting this game, he did once again exactly what he was supposed to do. So if you're looking at the stat line can be deceiving, folks. The stat line could potentially be deceiving. You understand me? So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and show the stat line before we get into anything. I just showed you the final score. You see it right there. The Cleveland Browns today, they lost against the Chicago Bears. All right, they lost, and I want to say it was a nice game by the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears did exactly what they were supposed to do today. All right, they showed up and showed out. But the Cleveland Browns, with that being said, they didn't have a bad day. They did not have a bad day. Deshaun Watson led a few scoring drives. There's the numbers for you today. If I'm calling and I'm telling you who the MVP of today for the Cleveland Browns was, in my opinion, today the MVP was KC Concepcion. KC Concepcion, we will get into his touchdown that he had earlier today. But if we're being honest about it, there's the stats for you. The stats can be potentially deceiving, but the stats are the stats. Men lie, women lie, but stats and numbers, always remember, they don't. All right, so if you're looking at the stat line, Deshaun Watson today, he went 11 for 15 for 126 yards. Average yardage per play was 8.4. Shedeur Sanders went 6 for 11. All right, 79 yards. Average yards per play were 7.2. All right. Shedeur Sanders also threw an interception. We will show it. We will get into it. Deshaun Watson also had a fumble today. We will talk about it. We will get into it. But talking about Dylan Gabriel, he went 5 for 8, 23 yards, 2.9 yards average per play, and 1 interception. So every single quarterback that touched that field today, they all, at the end of the day, they all had how can I put this? They all had a turnover and they all did some things that potentially were not good. All right. But they also did some things that were well. All right. Some people might say this is Deshaun Watson's job to lose. Today, you might be correct. You might be correct. But at the end of the day, Shedeur Sanders, hey, today we took a step back. But that don't mean the battle's over. That don't mean that's all she wrote. Guess what? It is still a lot of ball game and there's still a lot of games to be played. We got one game coming up, and that's the scrimmage between both teams, the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns. This upcoming, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. And then, of course, you have the real show, and that is Saturday. So with that being said, today, we're going to get into the clips. Today, we're going to get into some of the talks. Today, we're going to get into the press conference. We're going to get into what Shedeur Sanders had to say. We're going to get into what Todd Monken had to say about the quarterbacks and how they did. And we will get into what Deshaun Watson had to say. But if I'm being honest, if I'm kind of calling this straight down the middle, Deshaun Watson, today you potentially got your sea legs back, baby. All right? They both are going to play. They both are still going to play before the preseason is over. Next week, Shedeur Sanders, you have your chance to go with the ones. You have your chance to put your best foot forward on tape. Today, Deshaun Watson with the ones. He missed a few throws. He also hit a few throws. But if we being honest, with Deshaun Watson's stats today, if I'm going to be honest with you, and if I'm going to tell you the truth, nothing but the truth, and everything that has to do with the truth, Well, Deshaun Watson today, you did do well. You definitely did well. But Deshaun Watson did not have one completion over 10 plus yards in the air in the first half. So Deshaun Watson, he was check down Charlie today, but he was also the consistent assassin. At the end of the day, yes, he did not have a completion over 10 yards today, but that boy still had some nice crisp passes. He looked like he got in a rhythm early. He looked like he was hitting his checks. It was a couple times when we look at the film, you will see a couple times, in my opinion, I feel like his legs went dead. His footwork was not the best. But you got to understand, Deshaun Watson has not played in an NFL game in over 600 plus days. Today was the first time Deshaun Watson laced up the cleats. I was going to say clips, laced up the cleats, and it's literally been, y'all, over how many days? Over 600 plus. So Deshaun Watson, today I'm not judging you too harshly. You went 11 for 16 for over 100 yards. You did okay. Though one of those 100 yards, it came from like a 60-yard check down to the running back on a screenplay, which is okay. Guess what? Those stats still count. Those numbers, those yards still count. So at the end of the day, Deshaun, you did okay today. You did not do bad. But this stat right here, it's a fact. It's a fact. But with Deshaun Watson's first game back, you would think that Todd Monken, he eased him into the game. If you were there, if you were watching at home, you can see how Todd Monken eased Deshaun Watson into this game. All right. So if we're looking at one of the first pass throws, this game started with 3 straight runs. This game started with 3 straight runs from the Cleveland Browns. Todd Monken wanted to get Deshaun Watson comfortable with taking snaps under center. He wanted to get him comfortable with just starting in the flow of the game. And he wanted to get him comfortable with just being back out there in a football game. And Deshaun Watson, if I'm being honest with you, he didn't look bad today. He did not look bad today at all, chat. He didn't. But to be quite honest with you, he also didn't look that good. All right. So it's a little plus, a little couple good things and bad things. So first pass from Deshaun Watson today, if we taking a look at it. All right. You know, I got to go ahead and zoom all the way in. All right, first pass from Deshaun Watson today. We're going to go ahead, hit on this one, and then I will get to some other things that I do want to talk about. Because I saw something before the game from Mary Kay, and I kind of just want to talk about it because Mary Kay, you're tripping. Mary Kay, you out here acting like we are not playing football. You out here acting like we are not playing a barbaric sport. And we're going to get into that here in a second. But we're looking at the first pass from Deshaun Watson today. This is the first pass. So Deshaun Watson today, he looked all right. But you got to understand, too, these stats that you see, they very much can be deceiving because Deshaun Watson, how many drives did he have? Deshaun Watson today, he had over 6 or 7 drives. Shedeur Sanders today, he had how many drives? Only about 2 or 3. He had 3 drives, actually. Shedeur Sanders had 3 drives. And you can say he didn't take advantage of those 3 drives, or you can say he did take advantage of those 3 drives. But at the end of the day, he had 3 drives. So don't let the stats fool you. You have to look at the entirety of the game. And here's Deshaun Watson. Here's his first pass of the day. All right. Nice shotgun. All right. They're in 11 personnel. All right. Here we go. Nice little drop back. Hitting that back foot. Waiting for him to get open. Boom. Separate it. Put that thing on him. All right. We'll take that. All right. We'll take that. So this is Deshaun Watson's first pass of the day. Wasn't bad, wasn't terrible, chat. All right. First pass of the day. That was to, I'm pretty sure it did in Boston. All right. Them rookies today, they didn't look bad. KC Concepcion, I just told you he was the MVP of the day in his first career start. Yes, it's a preseason. So, chat, regardless of anything, it is still the preseason. Relax. All right. Relax. The Chicago Bears today, if we're looking at it, another fact is the Chicago Bears today didn't play really any of their starters. Caleb Williams did not play. A lot of starters on that offense did not play. If I'm being honest with you, they started all their backups as far as the offensive line goes for the other team, and on the other side of the ball, even on the defensive side of the ball, they didn't play any of their starters. So if you're looking at it in the grand scheme of things, hey, at the end of the day, Deshaun Watson, for what he was given and what he had to do,
he played pretty well. But also, fact and point being, he played the backups against backups just like Shedeur Sanders played against backups and with backups. All right. But Deshaun Watson, first pass of the day, nice little completion. Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Nice little rhythm play. The first drive, like I told you, Todd Monken, what did he do that first drive? What did Todd Monken do that first drive? My bad, chat. As you can see, chat, boys was there. We was alive in the building. We was well. All right, I made sure I got a sky view so that way I could get the whole feel for you. We was in the club seats. You know how that go. But even in these seats, I had to make sure I gave you the full vantage point and gave you everything that I saw. So the second pass from Deshaun Watson, after that play, he came back. He threw another pass. Let's go and take a look at it. Deshaun Watson, once again, he played all right today, chat. He didn't do bad. Right now, they're sitting in 10 personnel again. All right, so that means we have a majority of wide receivers on the field. You have Harry Fannin right there, Denzel Boston spread out to the left, being the X wide receiver. You also have Casey Concepcion over there in the slot. You got Jerry Jeudy split out wide, being the Z on the other side. All right, and then you have, of course, who's that boy right there? Who's that boy? Quinton Junkins in the back. All right, the running game was not relevant today for the Cleveland Browns. The Chicago Bears, they threw for like over 300 yards today. That secondary for Cleveland, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. You might want to be worried just a little bit. Not a lot of it, just a little bit. All right? But also, the coach and play calls for some of this, you got to understand, this is the first game. So some of the play calls wasn't really there, right? Some of the, I want to say, the pre-snap penalties, it was to be expected. So it was a lot of maybe a little bit of sloppy play, but also it was a lot of play that we can potentially look at and say, okay, there's a bright spot for the future. There's something we can build off of, right? How we doing in the chat, though? Make sure y'all check in the chat. Shedeur Sanders had one bad throw, and yes, it was an imposing force. He just needs to make better decisions. Yes, Shedeur Sanders, even with that bad throw, at the end of the day, we will get into that bad throw. That wasn't the ball sailed. We just saw Deshaun Watson do that same thing in practice the other day. It happens. The ball slips out of your hand. It'd be like that. With that bad throw, though, he had his eyes on the right spot. It was a dagger route. If he makes a good throw, that's a gain of like 20 yards, 15, 20 yards. And then we're having a different discussion right now. But he missed the throw. He sailed it. It was an interception. We will get into it here in a bit. But still talking about Deshaun Watson. Next play. All right, if we're looking into it. All right. Deshaun Watson, this is his very next play. Nice little check down to Jerry. All right, going through his progressions. But that's the thing, chat. Deshaun Watson did this a lot. His feet went dead multiple times today while he was sitting back in the pocket. I will show you multiple times of this while we are watching the film. All right, Deshaun Watson, at this point, you see how his feet just go dead. He's scanning the field, but as a quarterback, your feet must continue to move. All right, he almost missed this throw to Jerry, but he did hit him. All right, this is still a nice little check down. All right, nice little play right there. Early on, Deshaun Watson, he was finding Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy had a couple passes. Jerry Jeudy actually caught the goddamn ball today. All right, but looking at this clip, you can see Deshaun Watson. At one point, his feet just go dead. No, got to keep moving them. But nice little completion for Deshaun Watson right there. All right, now, real quick, taking a small intermission, going to something else that involves Deshaun Watson. Mary Kay, in her latest article before this game, she had this to say. And you see Mary Kay is caping real hard for the other side. It's nothing wrong. Like I told you, I just said, and I came in saying Deshaun Watson had a better day today than Shedeur Sanders. Deshaun Watson today potentially took the lead as far as this quarterback competition goes, because what we care about is what you do in the actual NFL game. Today was an actual NFL game, whether you're playing against a 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5, it don't make a difference. You're out there. So if you're out there, you should ball. No excuses. Deshaun Watson, once again, he had the better day today. I'm going to call a spade a spade. Always going to do that. But at the same time, don't sleep on my guy too, because we're going to get into his clips last. All right, we watching Deshaun Watson first because Deshaun Watson went first today. He played with the 1s. All right, at the end of the day, let's continue. All right, in her latest article, Mary Kay suggests that Todd Monken should be careful how long he leaves Deshaun Watson in the game today against the Bears. She said if the Bears pull all their starters in the first quarter, it could spell danger for Watson, especially with young Bears players going all out to impress the coaching staff. Watson could be in harm's way if he's protected by backups in the second quarter. Well, guess what, Mary Kay? Deshaun Watson, as an NFL quarterback, as a grown ASS man, he survived. Wow. Mary Kay, you're caping a little too much, though. You're caping a little too much, miss. Not going to lie to you. If Watson moves the ball effectively in the first quarter, maybe and early in the second, it should be prudent to take him out and let Shedeur Sanders take over, right? Chat, did this happen today? No. Chat, why is Mary Kay saying this? Because she was worried. The guy she wanted, the guy that she wants out there, potentially he could have got hurt. She was worried for him. She was scared for him. Mary Kay, this is football, gladiator sport. You can get hurt on any given play. You can get hurt by not even doing nothing. It'd be like that. But with her tweeting this out and saying this, you just more let us know which side you really riding on. And Mary Kay, that's okay. But understand, you need to stay all the way over there. All the way over there. Because even you tweeting this and saying this, at the time Monken told us Deshaun Watson was playing the entire first half. And he played the entire first half. With the ones. With the twos. He did. And he played pretty well. He did just fine. So, Mary Kay, would you tweeting this? Because you heard the little footsteps. You heard the sharks in the water. You heard us inching up on him. Guess what, Mary Kay? He survived. He survived. Wow. So, Mary, please cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. So, regardless, Mary Kay, you're going to get exactly what you want. Because next week, Todd Monken has said that Shedeur Sanders will play the whole first half. Deshaun Watson will play the third quarter. And then Dylan Gabriel will play the fourth quarter. Today, Shedeur Sanders, he got 3 drives. So next week, we can probably expect Deshaun Watson to probably get 2 or 3 drives, depending on how long that third quarter goes on. Right? But let's go ahead and get back to the clips. All right? Right now, once again, chat, we are starting off with Deshaun Watson because Deshaun Watson was the first one to take the field. All right, we're going to go through a few more of his plays. Deshaun Watson, once again, he did not look bad at all today. He did not. He did not. But, chat, I want you to understand, with him not looking bad today, that doesn't mean Shedeur Sanders is out of it. That doesn't mean that the competition is over. At the end of the day, Todd Monken said today that both quarterbacks will still play this week against the Buffalo Bills, not only during the scrimmage. So during the scrimmage that they have on Thursday during the week, they will both play. Both will get reps with the ones. You know why that's important, chat? Because that means the battle's not over. That means that our guy Shedeur is still up to bat. Right now, Shedeur, you are on deck. Now, guess what? You're about to step into the batter's box. If we being realistic, chat, we know who Shedeur was out there with. Shedeur was out there playing with some boys that probably going to be cut in about 2-3 weeks. Shedeur was out there with some boys who probably going to be playing out there in Canada in a couple of weeks. But we ain't making no excuses for that. That's okay. Shedeur, you were supposed to go out there and dominate, but you didn't. You had a turnover. You had a couple of incompletions. It'd be like that. That's okay. You had a fumble snap that could have been a turnover. Guess what? We got to be cleaner. Got to have a better, way better time in the office next week. And guess what? That's fine. We saw what Deshaun Watson did with the ones today, the ones and twos. Now let's see what Shedeur Sanders does next week with the ones and twos. Period, point blank. I can care less about what they say. I can care less about what everybody's saying. Deshaun Watson, guess what? You were supposed to look good today. You were. Shedeur Sanders, you were supposed to look good today. You didn't. It happens. But next week, no excuses, my friend. Deshaun, he went up to bat. He got a B-. I gave Deshaun Watson a B- for today. If Deshaun Watson doesn't turn it over, potentially he's operating at about a B+, damn near A-. Because he had a couple missed throws that we will see here watching film that he should never had. Right? But Shedeur Sanders next week, hey, it's your time, baby. Ain't no excuses. Ain't none at all. We holding the wrist up all day, every day, baby. I'm not worried. But let's get back to Deshaun Watson. Let's see how he did the rest of the day. This pass right here, not a bad pass, right? Great time and route. Let the play develop. Great catch by Harold Fannin. You put it low, put it only where he can get it. Offensive line, they did okay today. They could have did a little bit better. But even looking at this play, Deshaun Watson, not bad, but your footwork. Hey, can't let the feet go dead. Can't let the feet go dead. Because we're watching Deshaun Watson. If you're looking at his feet, right here, his feet stops and goes dead. Nah, you got to keep moving. Hit that back foot, get it out. But still a great pass. You put it only where your receiver can get it. That is a great throw. Great throw, great catch. Great throw, great catch. Great throw or average throw. Good catch still. All right. Now, fast forwarding. Hold on. My bad, chat. Hold on, my bad. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Oh, yeah, this is this is what I want to show. This is impressive. Right here. Deshaun Watson. Next clip. All right, we're looking at it. This is 11 personnel. You see Casey Concepcion out there. Denzel Boston split out wide. Harold Fannin up there spread out. Then you got Isaiah Bond in there. All right, let's watch. Let's see it. Check down. This play went for about dang near 70, 80 yards. Guess what? It still counts on the stat sheet. If Shedeur Sanders dropped off a nice little pass, it will still count on the stat sheet. So when Deshaun Watson do it, we're going to count it. At the end of the day, guess what? This adds to the stats. But this goes to show you how stats can be deceiving, right? Boom. Nice little check down. Now watch. That boy get up out of there. Up out of there. Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. As a quarterback, the operation was good. Let the play develop. Checked it down. This is a screen pass. Hey, got about 70, 60 yards from it. Hey, take that all day. Take that all day. Yes, it padded Deshaun Watson's stats a little bit, but hey, it'd be like that because it would have did the same as Shedeur Sanders did. It would have been the same for him, right? Right? It says, somebody said it doesn't matter what happened in Buffalo. Well, guess what? I guarantee you it matters what happens in Buffalo next week. Guarantee it matters what happened during those practices next week. But against the Chicago Bears, hey, this is what happened. Deshaun Watson, he didn't do bad today. He operated well. He had a couple pre-snap penalties. So not only did Shedeur Sanders, he had a fumbled snap, but he had no pre-snap penalties. The operation was well and went great for Shedeur Sanders today. For Deshaun Watson, he had not only one timeout that was taken by Todd Monken because he couldn't get out of the huddle. Second thing was he took a delay of game penalty. So one timeout was waste, delay of game penalty. It happens. First game. We're not putting that on Deshaun. But you got to understand, both quarterbacks made the same mistakes. We heard Shedeur Sanders, he's the only one messing up the operation. Well, guess what? In the real life game, Deshaun Watson had trouble with the operation. Deshaun Watson had a delay of game penalty. Deshaun Watson, guess what? He did the same thing. So all that hoopla, talking about only Shedeur can't do this, Shedeur can't do that, I don't want to hear none of that. And if you're just coming in, if we're looking back at the stats, if you don't know what the stats were today, before we get to the next clip, once again, looking at the stats from today. All right, the stats. Deshaun Watson with 11 for 15, 126 yards, 10 points, 1 fumble. Shedeur Sanders, 6 for 11, 79 yards, 1 INT, no points. Didn't get any points on the board, no scoring drives. Dylan Gabriel, 5 for 8, 22 yards, 1 interception. Chat, if I'm being honest, the only person I'm judging from today is Deshaun Watson. The only person I'm judging for today is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was up with the ones. He was supposed to look good with the ones. He was supposed to do what he did, but he was even supposed to play a little bit better, if I'm being honest with you. But what he did with what he had, not bad. Not bad at all. And if I'm being honest, they're missing a completion up there. Because he went from 11 to 6. So actually, we ain't even going to really rock with ESPN Cleveland. You know how when they put their stats out, it'd be like that. But 11 for 15, 126. Not a bad day. Not a bad day. Shedeur Sanders, 6 for 11, 79 yards, 1 INT. Dylan Gabriel. You can't have no INTs if you're the third quarterback. Just stating the fact. Can't have none of them. Right? Let's get back to the clips, though. All right? Next clip for... Hold on. Next clip for Deshaun Watson. All right, we're going in sequences. My bad, not this one. Hold on, chat. Give me 2 seconds. All right, here we go. Let's cook. All right, next drive, next play. Next drive, next play. Next drive, next play. Oh, we already seen this. My bad, chat.
Bengals.
All right. This play right here. All right. This play by Deshaun Watson, in my opinion, got to be better. Got to be better on this one. Got to be better. Play action. Sitting back, watching it. Right here. Hit Isaiah Bond right there. Hit Isaiah Bond right there. But your body isn't square. As a quarterback, when you hand that thing off, you got to come set, come square. Put it on him. As a quarterback, when you hand that thing off, you boom, set square. If his feet are square and his feet is in the right position, if his body is upright, boom, he's hitting Isaiah Bond right out that break. He's putting it on him, right? This is some of the things that you're not going to see. Chat, these are some of the things that we're going over that you will not see. I promise you, you will not see by just watching the game. That's why we're breaking down the film. That's why your boy, hey, we was in the building. You feel me? So with that being said, boom, we here, right? Deshaun Watson, hit that back foot. Got to get it out. Isaiah Bond's open right now. You hit that back foot. Look at the corner. Look at the safety. Look at the safety. He's out of position. He's turned. He's turned. Boom, put it on him. That window's there. You got to throw it. You got to throw that, Deshaun. You got to throw that. But instead, he gets a yard or two and avoids a sack. But look at the offensive line. The offensive line is holding up well on this play. Offensive line, look at the offensive line. Everybody's holding up. Clear pocket. Right here. The safety, he's protecting the middle of the field. Right? Deshaun Watson should get that ball out right now. Hit that back foot, get it out. But you waited. You waited. Nah, dog. So right there, that just goes you. This is another completion Deshaun Watson should have had. Everything's not black and white. But Deshaun, not bad. You at least got a yard, not a negative play. Got 1 yard out of it. Got back to the line of scrimmage. That's cool. But chat, I'm just showing you at the end of the day, it's not black and white as you see. It's not black and white as you see, chat. It's not. Because if he's Crips with it, handing that thing off, sitting upright, as soon as he hit that back foot, boom, he's letting it go. But he didn't. Right? Messed up the whole play. Gaining 1 yard. Can't have that. That's not going to work every single time. It's not. It's not. Next play.
Third down.
Third down now. All right. Very next play. Third down. Same drive. Let's see it. Motion in. Let's see what's going on. Nice little back shoulder by Deshaun. This is a bad camera job by your boy. Right? Bad camera job by me. Switch route. Denzel Boston going in. He's going out. Hit him on the back shoulder. This is a nice throw. Hit that back foot. Boom. Let it go. This is when Deshaun Watson, if I'm being honest, this is when Deshaun Watson started to get in rhythm during the game. He hit that back foot. Boom. He let it go. Timing, rhythm, everything. Boom. First down. All right. Yes, you can't see it because your boy did a horrible job as a cameraman. It'd be like that. All right. You can't see it, but that was a first down. He hit him on the back shoulder. Nice grab. Nice catch. So once again, let's play it all the way from the beginning. I ain't going to pause it. All right. Offensive line actually held up for the first couple of drives when the starters were in. Offensive line actually did pretty well, chat. So no need to worry about the offensive line. Even though they weren't playing the Bears starters, they still held up pretty well, and they did pretty well for those first few drives. All right. This is a nice throw by Deshaun Watson, though. We're going to give credit where credit is due. Boom, back shoulder, hit him. He caught it. You can't really see it. All right, go watch the highlights yourself. All right. Next play. All right. Let's get into it. Next play. This is by Casey Concepcion. This is a touchdown. All right. This is after the quarter to switch. They're going to the other side. All right. All right, but let's go ahead and get into it. Chat, y'all have fun in the chat. I'm going to continue to break it down, and I'm going to get to the chat, and I'm going to get to y'all in a second. Once again, we will get to what Todd Monken said after the game. I'm just going through the film because I want y'all to really see behind the scenes. Everything is not as black as white as you see, as it seems to be. You understand me? At the end of the day, chat, at the end of the day, Deshaun Watson, yes, he did do some good things today, but he also has some things to clean up. He has some things to get better at. Yes, Shedeur Sanders, he did not have the best day today, but at the end of the day, guess what? He has done things that he can build off of. It wasn't what everybody wanted. At the end of the day, you wanted to end with a win. But KC Concepcion, the star of the day, I love this play by KC. I love it by KC. Boom. Let's go. Get around. Get up. Get up. Ooh, get in there. Get in there. Good operation by Deshaun Watson up under center. KC Concepcion coming in motion. We saw them actually run this during practice the other day. Did we not, chat? Chat, didn't we see them run this during practice the other day? Yeah, we did. Yeah. Boom. Great breaking tackle. Great job breaking the tackle. This play was actually reviewed, and it ended up standing for a touchdown. But good job, KC. Hey, this is a hell of a job by KC Concepcion, chat. Hell of a job by KC Concepcion. All right? Boom. He gets tackled. Keeps his foot up, stays in bounds. Hey, Cleveland. The one bright spot about today, Cleveland. The one bright spot about today, y'all got wide receivers. The one bright spot about today, Cleveland. Y'all got y'all some wide receivers. The one bright spot about today, y'all got yourselves some wide receivers. You understand? They have to iron out some wrinkles. You got to understand too, chat. This is a whole new team that y'all have. Everybody that was on the offensive line last year, out of there, gone. New head coach, new offensive coordinator. Hey, new weapons on offense. New defensive coordinator. That's why the defense looked so well today and they played good today. Because a lot of those pieces on the defense are back with a couple new pieces, like Quincy Williams, right? But at the end of the day, the bright spot was today was this guy right here, number one. Y'all got y'all one. Do y'all want me to show KC? Did you actually here? I'll upload that clip real quick. Since we're talking about KC Concepcion, hey, y'all got y'all one. Let me go ahead and upload this clip too by KC. Did y'all see his punt return? The one punt return that KC got? I'll show you that clip too here in a bit. All right, we're gonna get to that clip here in a second. All right. Next clip for Deshaun Watson. All right. This is the following drive. The following drive by Deshaun Watson. All right, what y'all in 12 personnel right now? I think this is 10 or 12. 12 personnel right now. Deshaun Watson. Feet in the right place, body in the right place. Slant route. Perfect timing. Good. That's what we want. Deshaun Watson. This is good. Hit that back foot, let it go. Even though, hey, throw was behind him, but he still got it. But that's because, look at Deshaun Watson's feet. See, chat, if you don't know anything about quarterback, if you never played quarterback, your feet your feet is the most important thing. You got to constantly move your feet. Today, Deshaun Watson, his first game back, he had dead feet. As a quarterback, you do not want dead feet. He does the same thing in practice because I went over this a few times during the practices, right? He has dead feet. Look how his feet just stopped. Good. That's not terrible, right? Not terrible. It stopped for a second. Not terrible. But, hey, nice little slant route. Nice little completion. Easy money. Easy money. Threw it a little bit behind him. It happens. Good job, Deshaun. Next clip. Let's get into it.
Fourth drive.
This is the fourth drive by Deshaun Watson. That drive stalled out. All right? They had two more run plays after that one. Drive didn't really go anywhere. Fourth drive by Deshaun Watson. Boom. I like this play. As you can see, getting the playmakers the ball. This is what Todd Monken is going to do for y'all. Todd Monken is going to get the playmakers the ball. He is going to get the playmakers the ball. That 2-minute situation was diabolical. Chat, we're going to get to that 2-minute situation. That was diabolical. Both by the play calls by Todd Monken and by how Deshaun Watson played. That 2-minute drill was abysmal, piss poor, horrible. But, hey, this y'all bright spot. That's the MVP right there. KC. And guess what, chat? This also counts as yards for Deshaun Watson. That's a pass. That's considered a pass because it's a flip. He didn't hand it off. This is considered a pass. This is added as a completion, chat. Yes, it is. Look it up. A toss play. He didn't toss it. He pitched it. This is considered a pass. KC, once again, good job. That's your MVP for the day. Next clip. I think this is this a 2-minute drive? Hold on, let me listen to myself.
5th drive for Deshaun Watson.
So this is the 5th drive for Deshaun Watson. That last drive stalled out because it was 2-run plays after that. All right, so I did a pretty good job with at least telling myself, hey, what we were seeing. All right, this is the 5th drive by Deshaun Watson. So right now we've seen a couple drives by Deshaun Watson. I didn't show y'all the field goals. I showed you the 1 touchdown, but I didn't show you the other field goal that happened. All right.
Underneath passes.
Now, 12 personnel. 12 personnel. Let's see what happens. Still out there. So you got the ones out there. You got Casey Concepcion. You got Isaiah Bond. You got Denzel. All right. Different packages. Let's see how it looks. What's this play? See? This is why y'all think this is happening, chat. Because too many times Deshaun Watson, guess what? The feet dies. The feet, just look at him. Your feet cannot die. Watch, chat. I'm not going to pause it. Just watch his feet die. No. Bro, hold on. Who is that? Hey, hold on. I didn't even notice that earlier. Y'all see? Hey, this DL was trying for his life, boy. That boy was trying anything. Look, that boy, hey, he... But, chat, this goes back to y'all saw some good things from Deshaun Watson, but also it was a lot of things that the quarterback and Todd Monken, the quarterback coach, Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator, they will look at Deshaun Watson. They would say, Deshaun, your feet cannot die right here. That's why your balls end up in the dirt, because as a quarterback, you got to keep moving those feet. You got to have good pocket feet, good pocket awareness, right? Look at his feet die. That's why the ball sails like that. Once again, Deshaun Watson, he didn't complete a pass over 10-plus yards today. Deshaun Watson did not complete a pass over 10 yards today. And this was one of those passes that he should have completed, that he didn't have. It happens. Shedeur missed some, he missed some. But chat, don't let the stats fool you. I promise you. That's an easy money. Shedeur Sanders, we're going to get to him. Shedeur Sanders had this same play. Had this very same play. And what do you do? The ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage. Deshaun Watson had this very same play. And what do you do? Threw it in the dirt. Both quarterbacks. We're going to show Shedeur's here in a second. Shedeur literally did the same thing. Had 2 tip balls hit at the line of scrimmage today. And it was a tip ball on this drag route that you will see here in a bit. Shedeur Sanders did the exact same thing, chat. Did the exact same thing. Did the exact same thing. All right? Let's see it. And I think, actually, this is during that 2-minute drill too, chat. This is during the 2-minute drill. I think this is the first pass during the 2-minute drill. But, chat, Deshaun Watson started well. He started in rhythm. He started cooking. Then he fell off a little bit. He took a nice little dip halfway through the game, right? Just so that way y'all know that's what happened. But let's watch it one last time. Feet dies. Got to put it on him. Got to put it on him. Got to put it on him. Hit him in stride. Let him catch it and run. Deshaun, let him catch it and run. Boom. Look, it opens up. Boom. Hit him. But Deshaun, you will see him. He did this earlier. Dog, scan the field. He's staring at one side. You can look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He's just staring over here. Just staring over here. And then KC just happens to, dog, as a quarterback, no. Your feet stop and you're standing on one side of the field. Chat, come on now. Come on now.
What we going to do, my guy?
I'm showing you the good and bad.
6th possession by Deshaun Watson.
This is also during a 2-minute drill. Boom, sack. This is to start off that 2-minute drill, actually. My bad, chat. So this is the 2-minute drill. All right, I'm sorry for this camera angle. It's horrible. All right, I did a bad job. Sue me later. All right, first play was a sack. So this is during a 2-minute drill, chat. This is what happened during that 2-minute drill. All right, it was a sack. But if we look at Deshaun Watson, I wish I could zoom in for you on this one, but I can't, honestly, because maybe I just did that bad with just filming this play. My bad, chat. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. All right. But you can see, sack. All right, we can care less about that play, though. All right, next play. So this is during the 2-minute drill. This is the very next play. 2-minute drill, once again, was diabolical. The 2-minute drill that they had was horrible. 2-minute drill that they ran was piss poor. Not good at all. Nothing good about it. But if we're looking at it, all right, 11 personnel. Let's see how they cooking. Look one side, look left. Deshaun Watson gets out of pocket. Good. Next time, just throw that thing away, Deshaun. You did a good job just trying to get out of bounds, but throw that thing away. Throw that thing away. Boom. Right here, though. Pocket breaks down. If the pocket didn't break down, boom, he can hit him right there on that in route. Pocket breaks down. Did a good job moving outside the pocket. At this point, either get upfield, throw it away. Get upfield or throw it away. Either one or the other. Pick one. This is during the 2-minute drill. All right, next play. Let's get it.
Second down and 9.
Second down and 9.
Minute 40 left.
Second down and 9. Minute 40 left. You heard me say it. Second down and 9. Minute 40 left. Let's see what happened. Second down and 9. Minute 40 left. Let's see. Oh, almost an interception. Almost an interception. Chat. Don't let the stats, don't let what these people say this upcoming week, don't let none of this fool you. Deshaun Watson, yes, he played better than Shedeur Sanders today. But he should have cooked more than what he did. He should have had about 2 or 3 touchdowns and 2 or 3 scoring drives. He had 2 scoring drives. One was a field goal. One was a touchdown by Casey Concepcion. But this right here, this should have been an interception. But it wasn't. It wasn't. But for Deshaun Watson, got to be better. Got to be better. Boom, hit that back foot. All right, who's open? Nobody's open. You got to roll out. Roll out this way. Come out here. Come out here. Get out the pocket. Pocket's already collapsing on you. Right? Feel the pressure. Feel the pressure right here, Deshaun. Boom, get out. Nobody's over here. Trust those legs. Trust those feet. Get out of the pocket. Move. But he sits, right? He tries to stay strong in the pocket, and then he gets hit. Check down is open here. Check down is open here. He's damn near open. But you can't step into the pocket. You can't step into the throw. Roll out. You got to feel the pocket collapsing. This is during a 2-minute drill. This is a very important. Keep the drive alive. You want to score before the half. This is damn near almost an interception, but they dropped it. Damn near shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it wasn't one. But that was almost an interception, chat. This is second down. Once again, let's play it all the way from the beginning. Hear me.
Second down and 9. Minute 40 left.
Second down and 9. Minute 40 left. You heard me say it.
Second down and 9. Minute 40 left. Deshaun Watson, what you got going on for this 2-minute drill, my guy?
Boom. Damn near almost an interception. But if we're looking at it, got to get outside the pocket. Got to feel the pocket collapsing. This is his first game back, though. We can't kill him too much. But at the end of the day, just hit the check down right there. Hit him. Hit him right here. Hit him right there. But almost throws an interception. It'd be like that. Next play in the 2-minute.
And now when I'm noticing Deshaun Watson's feet, his feet, he's not having good footwork.
See, I was even saying it because I was watching it. I'm watching it in real time. I'm saying his feet are stopping. His feet are dead. So, chat, once again, don't let what you hear on social media this week, don't let them fool you. Deshaun Watson, yes, he played well, but honestly, you'll see what Shedeur did. You'll see. But we giving it still to Deshaun. Right here, not Deshaun's fault. He threw a little bit behind him, could have put it on him, but it happens. But you can see during this whole 2-minute drill, Deshaun Watson, the two offensive line is in. Deshaun Watson is not that comfortable, right? You see the 2 offensive line, they're in here. Deshaun Watson is not that comfortable, right? He's not that comfortable. Let's watch this last clip, and then we're going to get to some things that Tom Monken said about both quarterbacks. All right? Boom. A little bit behind him. He got to catch that. No excuses. No excuses. Got to catch that. 2-minute drill. Catch it. Get upfield or get out of bounds. Get upfield or get out of bounds. This is not on Deshaun Watson on this play. Catch it. Get upfield. Get out of bounds. That's it. It was a drop. But this 2-minute drill was diabolical. Horrible.
Empty set, empty backfield in the 70.
All right. This is Shedeur Sanders. All right. Actually, let me make sure no more Deshaun clips. In the meantime, all right, hold on. Let me stop this. In the meantime, chat, let's go ahead. We got to hear what Todd Monken had to say. All right. We got to talk to Todd. Todd, how you feel about what happened today, my guy? Talk to me.
All right.
Talk to
Man,
me.
that was a lot of fun. That was getting out there with our guys, watching them play, all the fruits of their labor from the spring and then camp, watching our guys compete. Obviously, not the result you want. I mean, I don't care. I mean, you're playing to win.
Yeah, we playing to
At
win.
the end of the
You ain't
day,
lying.
we didn't do that. We didn't
Ain't
finish
lying.
the game, didn't play well in the second half, really on either side of the ball. But I do believe that the season is a marathon. That marathon starts in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
We're just still in training. Today was basically we went out there today and we were 13 miles into our training. And we'll get closer next week and we'll get closer the week after. And there's a lot to clean up. There is coaching and playing. So again, frustrating at certain levels, but certainly you can't turn the ball over 3 times. You certainly can't do that. And there were some things operationally that I know we can clean up, but
My bad.
I thought at moments we threw the ball well, and that's what we needed to see. Would we be able to throw? We're going to be able to run the
I'm
football.
multitasking right now.
So there were certain things that we wanted to at least keep it simple today with, but I wanted to see how we'd be being able to throw it, and I thought our quarterbacks played well in that regard.
How did you think Deshaun Watson did in his half of football?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, it was so cool to watch him play. I mean,
So the reason why I'm showing Todd talk about Deshaun is because we literally just got done watching all of Deshaun Watson's highlights. All right, those were all the highlights that I saw from Deshaun Watson earlier today. Those were the most important highlights that I wanted to go over, some key points, because like I said, Deshaun Watson, he did some good things, but he also missed some easy throws, and he also let his feet die a little too much for my liking. All right, but he hasn't played in over 600 days. For him to come out there and do exactly what he did, that's okay. We have to continue to cheer on Deshaun Watson a little bit, just a little bit. No, I'm still biased. You know, I'm still holding up the wrist all day, every day, right? Chat, you know I'm still holding up the wrist all day, every day. But for Deshaun Watson, at the end of the day, guess what? That's what we need from him. We need him to look presentable. We need him to hit easy throws. Yeah, he ain't complete a pass over 60 yards. Not over 60 yards, over 10 yards. We get that. We understand that. But at the end of the day, we need him to be comparable. Because if Shedeur goes down, who else is going to get in? It's him. I don't want Dylan Gabriel in there. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't. No. No. So we need Deshaun to look presentable. And he did.
I get all of the frustration by fans, himself, but for him to come back and work like he did is an unbelievable credit to him. And then to go out there, he was having fun today. And that is so cool. And I thought he really functioned at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, we don't want to be taking timeouts. We sure as heck can't take delay of games. Okay. But it was fun watching him play and watching us put the next step forward and see where we're at.
Todd, was the plan, so it seemed like he started out with some nice, easy throws. Was the plan sort of
Flex your options with the new YouTube TV sports plan.
Hold on, chat. You know they ain't paying us. We ain't finna do that. And chat, I am paying for premium. All right, I will pay for premium, so that way at the end of the day, we won't get no more commercials. All right, I got you. I had some of my CU aunties let me know that, hey, you got to pay for that premium. So aunties, I got you. All right, don't trip. I got you. I will. I promise. Not today, but I will. I might just do it today because that'd be pissing me off. But anyway.
let him get out there and kind of get into a rhythm, not put, maybe too much on his plate early on with the game plan?
Sure. And we had some other things called and they got us out of it. I mean, again, we were trying to stay as simple as we can, but yet give the quarterbacks opportunities to play and to function. And, we didn't game plan for Chicago. We certainly wanted to run the things that our quarterbacks felt comfortable with and where we were at. And we're certainly going to build off that moving forward.
See, and that's the key thing. They didn't game plan for Chicago. They didn't do any game planning this week. They just ran what the quarterbacks were comfortable with, which Deshaun Watson, you saw what he was comfortable with. Deshaun Watson, at the end of today, if we're being honest, Deshaun Watson wasn't comfortable with no throws out the field. He wasn't. So guess what they do? Check down Charlie, baby. Guess who came out there throwing that thing? Shedeur. Don't trip, Chad. We're going to get to some of his highlights here in a second. Don't trip. We're going to get there. But Shedeur Sanders came out throwing that thing because who's the most comfortable with throwing that thing? Our guy too. Deshaun Watson, guess what? To ease him into it, we had to baby him a little bit today. But he did well getting babied. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But it was fun watching him again operate, give him some completions, and get his feet wet a little bit.
It looked like he had his hand and forearm checked a little bit after that one hit on the 2-minute drive.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Yep.
Go ahead.
What did you see from KC on his touchdown and just being able to see him get that opportunity to find the end zone in his first?
Now you talking about KC Concepcion, the MVP of the day. Chad, I told you the MVP was today, didn't I? All right, Ty, what you got to say about your MVP today?
Well, we were trying to do a number of things offensively. First and foremost, we were trying to get some of our skill guys touches. So you could see the explosiveness, whether it was the punt return or the fly sweep that we got it to. So
yeah.
I'm happy for him. He's worked awfully hard, and he got a few opportunities and made the most of it.
You got Spencer a lot of run there at left tackle. Was the plan always to keep him in as long as Deshaun was in it?
Yes. The plan was to let him to continue to play, get some of the other starters out, and allow him to continue to play through pretty much the first half.
Todd, what's the next step in the quarterback competition now?
Well, when we practice against Buffalo, we will give both of the quarterbacks opportunities.
Chad, I know Chad, I'm going to get to y'all comments in a second. The reason they didn't game plan, though, today, because, Chad, at the end of the day, it's geared towards the quarterback competition and what they have going on. They weren't worried about the Chicago Bears. They didn't care about the Chicago Bears because the Chicago Bears told them early on that, hey, we're not playing any of our starters. So why would you game plan, or why would you even – yes, you should still game plan. I'm not making no excuses for Ty Monk. But at the end of the day, you have to understand what they're trying to do. So, yes, they didn't game plan for this week against the Chicago Bears. How don't you game plan? I don't know. You got to talk to Todd about that. But I'm just giving you my little 2 cents to why. At the end of the day, if they're not playing their starters, if they're going to just throw their backups out there, let me just make sure I run the plays that my defense is comfortable with, run the plays that my quarterbacks are comfortable with, and let's just see what we do when we go out there. So, there you have it.
Opportunities with the ones against the Bills. Shedeur will start against both of the quarterbacks.
All right, so before we get to that, we will finish this press conference up, but let's get back to the clips because he started talking about Shedeur. And, hey, if we're going to talk about Shedeur, we might as well go ahead and show the kid, right? If we're going to talk about our guy, too, we might as well go ahead and put him on the screen.
And now what I'm noticing this.
Hold on. My bad, chat. Wrong clip. All right, we can fight me later. All right, be like that.
Empty set.
All right. So now, getting into some film from our guy, 2. Getting into some film from Shedeur Sanders. Let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and be about it. I love, anytime I see Shedeur Sanders out there empty, I'm like, all right, let's cook. Anytime I see Shedeur Sanders out there empty, I'm like, all right, let's cook. They said Deshaun Watson got his ASS whooped in that 2-minute situation, though, LOL. Hey, yes, he did. Yes, he did. I just showed y'all the clips from that 2-minute situation. It was bad. It was bad. But, hey, now what the comparison really going to look like, what Shedeur Sanders do next week when he get his 2-minute situation? Does he execute? Does he move him down the field? Do we get in scoring position? Because, chat, a lot of people, they will jump into conclusions from this goddamn one preseason game when Shedeur Sanders was out there with twos, and not even twos. Not even the twos, because Larvadan, hold on, let's look. Chat. We know who on the Browns roster, right? Who the hell is this? Come on now. I don't see Larvadan out there. So Shedeur Sanders, being honest, he out there with the 3 wide receivers. He out there with the 3s and 4s. Now, once again, Deshaun Watson will get that same treatment next week. We're going to see how you do with him. But, chat, don't put too much sauce into what you saw from Shedeur Sanders today. Don't do it. Because, once again, who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is this guy all the way spread out to the right? Who's the guy in the slot? Even though I saw him make a few plays during the season. I don't see no Gage Larvadan. I don't see no KC. I don't see no Denzel. I don't see no Isaiah Bond. Come on now. If we're going to talk about it, we're going to have a conversation about it. Let's have a conversation about it. All right? So, hey, pause. Pump your brakes a little bit. Because Shedeur did what he could with what he had. like you always do. Roll the clip.
10 personnel.
First play by Shedeur Sanders. All right. Let's see it. How my guy do? All right. Nice little check down. Nothing too crazy. Nice little check down. Ain't nothing too crazy. You know, ain't nothing to brag home about. Nothing to brag home about. All right. At the end of the day, seeing the covers that they in. They look like they man. Split out. Nope, they're in zone. Since they're in the zone, I can either hit my check down here or I can just wait for my check down right here. Hit the running back, keep it 6 moving. Boom. All right, easy money. Next play. Next play. Look at the observation. Good. Next play. What we got, Shedeur? Let's see it. That's just a hell of a play. Chat. This ball right here, solid ball. That defender, though, made a better play. Hit that back foot. If we're looking at it, he's open to the right. He could have hit him. But he's going for the sticks. As a quarterback, we need a first down. I'm going to go for the sticks. If he hits back, but he feels the center in his face, can't step into the throw. So guess what? I'm just going to hit him right there. I want him to wait for him to get open. Wait for him to get open. Right now, I'm looking at the sticks. I'm just trying to get a first down. Right? Defender makes a hell of a PBU, though. Can't really complain about that. Yes, if he looks to the backside, the slot is open. 81 right here, he's open. But I'm waiting for this route to develop. I'm trying to shoot for the sticks. My center is right in my goddamn face. I can't look this way, then look this way. Boom, I'm going to be right in the center. Right? But no excuses. Found an open guy. Don't stare down a route, Shedeur. He does. Hey, PBU. It's all right. Next play. You see 2 out there, ball.
Third draft
from Shedeur Sanders. All right, some of my clips too, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of my clips are kind of messed up and discombobulated a little bit for Shedeur Sanders. I'm not gonna lie. They kind of got out of order. All right, because I wanted to show y'all specifically some plays from my first draft. So I apologize that I don't have the plays from my first draft. But this is a good ball. So this is on Shedeur Sanders' third draft. Listen to what I say.
Draft for our guy too, Shedeur.
Third draft. This is the third draft from Shedeur Sanders. Let's see what he did. First play of the third drive. This is the first play of the third drive. They're starting off at the 30, right? First play of the third drive. Look what he does. Hey, he puts a good ball on him. That's a clean goddamn pocket. Hey, offensive line looks solid for multiple plays today. Some plays they look horrible. Some plays they look solid. All right? Look at that pocket, though. Play action pass. Look at that pocket. Clean as hell. I love it. To be quite honest with you, I wish this was a different route that he had over here, because this man right here is wide the fuck open if he breaks out, but he doesn't. He breaks in. And then cover 2, put it right in the hole. That got to be a catch. Chat, that got to be a catch. It wasn't, though. It got to be a catch, chat. Got to be a catch. That got to be a catch, chat. Got to be a catch. Let me move my face. Come on. Stuck it right in between. How many times have we seen him do this during practice? Put it right between 2 defenders. But once again, these DBs out here for the Chicago Bears wasn't playing no goddamn games with them. Who's that? That's my guy, 372. Hold on. Is that Dallas on that play? Nah, that's not Dallas. One of my best friends, he played for the Chicago Bears. He played one of the corners. I don't think he was in on this play, though. But anyway, another story for another day. But got to make that catch. Now let's watch it up close. Watch it on the Jumbotron. He put it right there, chat. He put it right there. Can we be mad at him that he don't make the play? Can we be mad? Yeah, we could, but he put it on him. Nice, clean pocket. Hit that back foot. Let it go. He had enough room to potentially get 2 feet in.
Third draft for our
He didn't. Watch it one last time before we move on to the next play from this angle. Hell of a defensive play, though. Next play. All right, this is just a goddamn run play. I kind of was pissed. Because what was this? Hold on. Yeah, so this is just a run play. All right, nice little swing. Nice little power play across the middle. Nice little pulling guard. Rocket Sanders, you ain't look so rockety on this play. Not going to lie. You ain't look too rockety on this play, Rocket. I'm not going to lie to you. Next play. So.
No, that's a fact. And that's what the first quarter.
All right. So right here, looking at some more plays from Shedeur Sanders. Like I said, Shedeur Sanders, once again, Shedeur did not struggle today at all. He didn't. Chat. All right. The title is clickbait. Relax. All right. Hey, the title is what it is. I wouldn't lie to you. You know what YouTubers do. You know what everybody do in their mama. They want clicks. All right. So yes, the title is clickbait. Shedeur Sanders did not struggle today, period, at all. As I just showed you, multiple throws that he had, some good decisions and bad decisions. This one right here, smooth, nice little completion. Right? Checking things at the line. I thought Shedeur didn't know what he sees. Checking things at the line, getting everybody set, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. This is what we want to see from our guy too. Getting him in the right call, getting him in the right play. All right? Checking things at the line of scrimmage, getting him in the right play. Boom, nice little out route. Boom, money. Shedeur, who checked him to that? Shedeur. He saw all this space out here. Hit him with that in route. Break out. Hit him in, hit him out. Come on, man. That's our guy, too, doing that. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage to get him to pick up yards. That's the small things that people aren't looking at. Those are the little things that we want from Shedeur Sanders in his development. Guys, at the end of the day, this is year 2 for Shedeur. But these little things that he's doing, this is what you want. This is what you want from your quarterback. Whether he's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it don't matter where you're at in the depth chart. But Shedeur Sanders, we know he's holding up the wrist. We know he's going to start eventually this year. So guess what? I want him to get these reps. I want him to get used to checking things off, making changes at the line of scrimmage, getting comfortable, getting the team in the right call. I picked certain clips, chat, for a reason. Because Shedeur Sanders, regardless of what you're going to hear this upcoming week, you're going to hear a lot of propaganda this week. Oh, they just need to get a job to Deshaun. Oh, they just need to give the job to Deshaun Watson already, so that way he can start repping everything with the ones, and he can just get a head start with the team. No. The quarterback battle is still going on and still alive and well. I showed you some good things from Deshaun Watson. I showed you some bad things. I'm showing you some good things from
Shedeur Sanders. Come on, baby.
I'm showing you some good things from Shedeur, and then I'm going to show you some bad things. Here's one of the bad ones. Got a dagger route. All right, I'm pretty sure this is an interception. 12 personnel. Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. I thought it was, though, chat. Bear with me. All right. So if we're looking at it, right? Let's play it back. Let's go. He could have waited, potentially, and hit this dig route coming behind, but you see the linebackers underneath. No need. He saw the coverage. Boom, let me just go ahead and check this down. See? A young quarterback, you know what? Let me just go ahead and look this way, then stare that boy down. Let me go back this way. See, we see that's open. Nope. The linebacker right there. Hit the check down. Good. He saw it. Nope. The linebacker right there. Let me hit my check down. Good. Little things, chat. Little things. Next play. Let's see it. This can't happen. I showed y'all literally. Deshaun Watson had the exact same play. Ran the exact same play. And what did he do? He threw it at the dirt to KC Concepcion. I showed this play for a reason. Because guess who did this exact same thing? Shedeur Sanders. Instead, he got tipped at the line of scrimmage. Same concept, same dig route coming underneath, right? He's open. But the thing that I like that Shedeur does differently, his feet don't go dead. In every clip, I didn't mention his feet because if you notice in his feet, they keep moving. Boom. Keep moving. Even if it's small steps, got to keep moving. Can't be sitting still in the back, in the pocket. Can't. Shedeur can't do that, though. That didn't look good at all. Not at all, my friend. Not at all. But looking at it. Boom. Can't happen. Can't happen. Can't happen. Deshaun Watson threw it in the dirt. Shedeur Sanders threw it at the back of somebody hit. No. Not good. Not good. Can't do that, Shedeur. But we saw Deshaun Watson throwing in the dirt. We saw Shedeur Sanders throwing in the back of somebody hit. It happens. Quarterbacks aren't perfect. Don't let anybody fool you to say quarterbacks are perfect. Now let's get to this play. All right? This is an interception. At least I'm pretty sure it is. My bad, chat. Like I said, my clips got out of order. Yeah, this is an interception right here. This is an interception. So right here, we can see the full clip. All right? If we're looking at it. All right? You have a dagger. Right? You got the dig coming across. Right here. Safety's dropping back with his post. So, boom, this is covered. Safety dropping here. He has two routes. The safety can either cover this or he can cover this. This safety right now is getting pressured in both ways, right? So he's getting pressured in both ways. Shedeur Sanders at this moment, look at his eyes. He knows this route is eventually going to be open. The safety, guess what? He has to take him down the field, right? With him taking him down the field, boom, it's open. He just sailed it. It's open. He just sailed it. Let's show it one more time. It's open. Nope. Sailed it right over his head. It happens. But I ain't going to lie. That wide receiver, like right here, as soon as you put your foot in the ground, you getting your head around, just stop. Yeah, you're supposed to keep going, but if the ball, like, dog, just stop. We saw Casey Concepcion. If this was Casey Concepcion, he making the catch. He making Shedeur Sanders right. But even how he jumped, dog, you jumping with one hand, dog. No, stop your butt on the dime. If this wide receiver was really like that, he would have helped Shedeur. But what kind of jump is that, bro? Yes, it was a bad ball. It slipped. But he still should have caught that ball. Chat, am I tripping? Am I tripping? Am I tripping, chat? Like, at this point, right here, you see the ball coming. You can probably potentially see the trajectory of where the ball's at. Put your feet in the ground, turn your body, and catch that thing. Snag that. Snag that boy. Right? But he doesn't. He doesn't. So, Todd Monken, can you come back into the front of the congregation? Yes. And that's the thing, chat. Somebody just said it. Who just said that in the chat? Hold on. Who just said that in the chat? S.O. the Rocky Balboa, 9162. Shedeur Sanders' decision-making was on point all day, even with the INT. He said he pulled a Jerry. He did pull a Jerry. Because even on his INT, chat, I'm not going to lie to you. Even on his INT, I believe he could have caught this. Dog, you stop it. You see him slowing down. But why you slowing? Dog, you slowing down. You see the ball. What the hell is you doing? What? Oh, you getting cut, dog. I don't even know your name. You getting cut. Even if that's Larvadan, I think Larvadan catching that. But, chat, even if we look at the receivers that's on the field, chat, if we're looking at the goddamn receivers that's on the field, you don't even see Larvadan out there. And Larvadan is damn near the wide receiver number 3. You don't even see Wallace out there. Right? So understand, chat. He was really out there with them. You know, boys who are going to be playing in Canada here soon. All right? But Todd Monkey, can you come to the front of the congregation, please? And I want you to tell my people, how do we feel about how everything went today as far as turnovers? Because I want to hear from the source yourself. How do you feel about these turnovers, Todd? Talk to me, please, my guy.
Opportunities with the ones against the Bills. Shedeur will start against the Bills. Deshaun will play in the third quarter, and Dylan play in the fourth.
My bad, chat. Wrong goddamn spot. Anyway, but
give both of the quarterbacks opportunities with the ones.
So both quarterbacks, if we already on it, I'm just going to let them finish. Both quarterbacks are going to have an opportunity with the ones today. So that's good. I mean, with the ones next week. So that's good versus Buffalo Bills. Great thing. Great. We'll take it. We'll take it. But
against the Bills, Shedeur will start against the Bills. Deshaun will play in the third quarter and Dylan play in the fourth.
But the thing is, chat, real quick, I just want to make this point real quick. You see how everybody jumping to conclusions, everybody judging Shedeur? He had one fumble, yes, but they didn't lose it. They recovered it. And then he had an interception. Yes, but his eyes was in the right spot. So it's certain things that you look at like that. That's okay, Shedeur. But y'all act like he can't make no mistakes. Y'all act like this dude got to be perfect. Ain't nobody perfect besides the man upstairs. Shedeur ain't got to be perfect. Deshaun Watson played a little bit better today. But he also, you know who he had. KC, Denzel, Jerry. Shall I continue? Fannin, Junkins. He had the squad. So I'd be looking at Deshaun sideways if he didn't play well. But we just went through the clips. He played well, but he could have did even better. Shedeur Sanders, don't let them fool you. Don't let the propaganda get to y'all this week. Because, yeah, Shedeur could have been better, right? Could have definitely been better, Shedeur. But at the end of the day, we going to live to fight another day. We going to live to fight another day. But real quick, I want to show y'all this, man, because Shedeur, how do you feel about that interception that you threw, my guy? How do you feel about this interception? Because since we talking about the interception last, how do you feel about this interception, Shedeur?
What did you see on the interception?
What I see, the right read, just slipped.
He said the right read, but it just slipped. Hey, he said the right read, but it just slipped. Hey, and that happens.
You know, it's the right read. It just slipped. So that's what makes me be mad a little bit because of it. But you know, I don't, any decision I make, I know it's the right decision. I just didn't execute the decision, but the right decision was made.
And by the right decision was made, he had his eyes in the right spot. He had his feet underneath him. He had the target on point. But you know something? I didn't see Deshaun Watson attempt not one of them throws. So what are we really talking about? What y'all really saying? And I'm not saying that at the end of the day, I'm not saying, hey, Shedeur Sanders, he must do better. Because everybody's going to have him with a magnifying glass and going to pinpoint everything that he does. But he didn't have no pre-snap penalties. He didn't have to take no timeouts. He didn't have no delay of games. The operation was good. Change of plays at the line of scrimmage. Yes, he didn't execute well. Yes, he didn't execute well. But he was still out there with goddamn boy. With some boys, like I said, that's going to be in Canada next week. So I'm not making excuses for Shedeur, because Shedeur, it don't matter who you out there with. You know what you under a microscope. You know what these people going to say. You know what they're going to say. But at the end of the day, y'all, when y'all hear all this propaganda this week, tell everybody and their mama, pump y'all brakes. Because my boy didn't do that bad. He didn't. And if y'all want me to show the snap, the fumbled snap, I'll show that. And if you want me to show a Dylan Gabriel interception, I can show that too. No, we cut it out. But anyway.
So every day I look and I see about decision making, like how's my decisions I'm making, and that's how I grade myself off of.
Yeah. So how was the decision making today for Shedeur Sanders? It wasn't bad. Come on now. Come on now. But you know something? My guy Clyde, you just somebody said Rocket Balboa. You just said that Deshaun Watson playing in the third quarter is sort of wild to me. They know exactly who he is. Yes, that is kind of wild, but Shedeur Sanders just got the same treatment this week, playing in the third quarter, playing with the goddamn 3s and 4s. So if Shedeur Sanders just got that treatment, keep that same energy, get that same treatment to Deshaun Watson. Let's see how the hell he look with them goddamn 3s and 4s out there. So yeah, it don't make no sense. We know what Deshaun Watson is. That's why Todd Monken, like, damn, we was damn near surprised to see how good Deshaun Watson did out there today. They were shocked. But that's a good sign, because that means Todd Monken is developing him as well. that means Deshaun Watson is getting better as well. But you saw what happened when Shedeur Sanders got out there. The first play call, boom, pass. I didn't even show the long pass that he had because I'm not trying to show you his highlights. I know what Shedeur Sanders can do. I didn't even show the deep throw that he had over across the middle. What's the point of me showing y'all that? You know what he can do. You saw it. I'm showing you the bad plays. I'm showing you the plays that he can do better at. Just like Deshaun Watson. So cut it out. We're going to see what happens next week. I promise you. Shedeur Sanders is going to be out there with the ones. Shedeur, can you do better than 11-16? Shedeur, can you do better than 125 yards? Shedeur, can you do better than just a field goal and a touchdown? Can you do better? That's what we're here to see. So, Deshaun, you was up the bat first. Now, guess what, Shedeur? You was on deck. Now you up. What you going to do? Period. Cut it out. What you got to say, Todd?
So it just flipped.
Todd, on the interception Shedeur threw, was that just an overthrow, or was there?
I'll have to see it. I'll have to see if there was a little push that got in his face. Looked like we had a, clear out with a dagger concept, and looked like he was open. Looked like the ball sailed a little bit on him.
Yeah.
A little bit like what happened with Dylan. I really, again, the positive thing is they were both in the right place. I believe. Again, I'll have to see the film,
and that's what matters. You gonna make goddamn mistakes, but it seemed like Shedeur, and we know that he can't make no mistakes. We know what they're gonna say. Oh, Deshaun Watson, we might as well just start him this week. Deshaun Watson, we might as well just forget about Shedeur. Shedeur looked horrible. Y'all know what they're gonna say. You know what they're gonna say. But once again, chat, we here all week. Because wait until next Saturday. I might even be in Cleveland. Hey, your boy might even pull up in Cleveland this weekend, man. Hey, stop playing with me, man. I might just be in Cleveland next weekend.
I believe they were in the right spot.
And
both interceptions. We had Gage on the one from Dylan, just let it sail. Maybe the ball got a little bit wet. It was humid out there, but I like that part of it. That we're
Real quick. Esso to Clyde Marshall in the chat. Esso to all y'all in the chat. But Clyde Marshall, you did make a good point. Todd Monken's 4th and 1 was a bad call for Shedeur. Yes, it was a bad call because at the end of the day, all he had Shedeur do was hand it off. You let Deshaun Watson do a QB sneak. Let Shedeur goddamn do a QB sneak. If one can do it, hey, let him do it. But you handed it off, and that shit was diabolical because the defensive line knew what y'all was doing, and they stuffed it. But let's continue.
We're in the right spot.
Where would you say the quarterback competition stands right now coming out of this game?
Miller is going to act.
Joint practice against the Bills still kind of pretty even? And can anybody still win this thing by maybe like after the Bills game?
Taco Bell's new $3 melty pepper jack steak burrito.
Sorry, chat. Just when I say that I'm going to get that premium, I damn need to. Taco Bell, you got to pay us, baby. Hey, Taco Bell, you got to start paying me, baby, for those ads. Not going to lie to you. Not going to lie to you. But Todd, let's get back to you, our regular scheduled program. In my bed, baby.
I'm not ready to say it yet. I mean, the plan was always to get through the Bills game, switch up who was going to start, who was going to play in the second half, and then we'll go from there. Every day is important. Monday is going to be important, right? Being in the meeting rooms are going to be important. Listening to the players talk about what they saw, right? That's part of it too. What they saw, how they feel. We'll go back to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, have a great practice against Buffalo. Then we'll walk through on Friday, and then we'll go compete our rear ends off against the Bills and see where we're at. And then we'll reevaluate then. We'll certainly watch it tomorrow and have an idea of how we thought our guys played. I mean, that's a part of it. That is a part of it. We're always in the evaluation process, and we're going to do the same thing as a coaching staff. I mean, there's certainly things we're going to look back at and say, how do we coach that better? How do we scheme it better moving forward? Who do we want to be moving forward?
How concerned are you about the depth at cornerback?
The cornerback
up
depth,
to the
we know
game,
that.
how comfortable he was in the huddle. Certainly there were things from a operational standpoint we can do better.
See, even he said it. He's talking about Deshaun Watson. Let's go back so you can see the full clip.
About he was leading up to the game.
Hold on, my bad.
About what
We'll play it all against the Bills.
Oh yeah, he's going to play against Bills. He'll play the third quarter.
See? Mary Kay, like, well, is Deshaun going to play against the Bills? Yeah. Todd Monken said, hell yeah, he gonna play against the Bills. Just like Shedeur Sanders played in the third quarter against the goddamn Chicago Bears. Come on now. Mary Kay, just because your guy had a good solid day today, that don't mean nothing. Because we looking at the totality of everything, baby. The totality. But Todd, how do you feel about Deshaun Watson? And you can hear it in his voice. They're just trying to steadily bring Deshaun on. Who had problems with the operation today, Todd?
What I wanted to see was how comfortable he was leading up to the game, how comfortable he was in the huddle. Certainly there were things from a operational standpoint we can do better, but I wanted to see if he was enjoying himself. Was this still fun for him to play through the ups and the downs? Sure, he's not happy about certain throws that he could have made, a couple of them that would have extended drills. Sure, he's thrilled about a quarterback sneak that we threw on him there to get a first down. But it was fun watching him play. It was fun.
So he answered all those questions positively for you?
In my mind, he did.
Before you got here, he never sneaked much. Put in a tight end.
But y'all heard him say, and I just wanted to show that part. The operation. Did he say anything about Shedeur Sanders with the operation today? Because that's all we heard during training camp. The operation, the cadence. Who had to delay a game penalty today? Who had false starts on their offense? Who had to take timeouts? It was 3 times today Deshaun Watson, when he was out there with the ones, they had an operational error, which caused a false start. They also had to delay a game, which caused a flag. And then they had a time where Todd Monken called a timeout. I was there in the flesh. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. So that's what the internet not going to tell you. So cut it out. Shedeur Sanders, he did okay today. Shedeur Sanders, great. If you saw my earlier post-game clip, my short that I posted, I gave Shedeur Sanders a what today? A D+. Damn near a C-. Really a D+. I gave Deshaun Watson today a B+. And that's because he had the fumble. So I'm going to always call it fair, but call a spade a spade. Deshaun Watson, dog, you ain't throw the ball over goddamn 5 yards today. Come on, man. Cut it out. Cut it out. Come on, man. And then if we being honest, on the drive where Shedeur was supposed to score, Todd Monken called that. Hold on, let me pause this because they're gonna show, boy, they're gonna try to get me. But Shedeur Sanders on a 4th and 1. This is what we call for Shedeur. What the fuck? Chat, I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna put my money in the jar. All right, I'm gonna put my money in the sweat jar. My bad. But what the hell? This is what we call a 4th and 1. We get stuffed. That's good. Look at this. Bro, look at this goddamn guard. Who is this? Who the hell is this? Who is that? Who's 63? Oh, my God. What kind of pool is that? What? Chat. Look at the line, chat. This is who Shedeur playing with. We saw how Shedeur Sanders, dog, he did what he could with what he had. This is the first drive Shedeur had. He drove him all the way down to the field, all the way down the field, and then the drive stalled out at the goddamn 5-yard line because Todd Monken wanted to call this BS. So Todd Monken play calling, it wasn't the best today either. Everybody get a little blame today for the L that we halt. But dog, cut it out. Cut it out. Come on now. Please, cut it out. So, anyway, can we get back to the regular schedule programming, please? Because, hey, Shedeur Sanders, even when he was under pressure, because some of y'all say, oh, you ain't show his throw You ain't show us throw. Well, let me go ahead and show it. And this was third. Hey, you see it? 3rd and 13, chat. 3rd and 13. What do you do? 3rd and 13. To set them up and get them down there. On the 3rd and 13. Look at that pocket. Look, getting smacked in his mouth. Trying to let the play develop and getting smacked. Still put it on him. I ain't see Deshaun Watson even attempt to pass like that. Cut it out. All the propaganda that we're going to hear, dog, I know it's coming. It's already out. But, dog, let it play out, chat. Let it play out. Let it play out because, chat, you know they're going to talk. You know what they're going to say. They're going to say a lot of this. They're going to say a lot of that. They will. They will. We know the interception wasn't the best thing in the world. We know that. We know that snap fumble wasn't the best thing in the world. We know that. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Give it time. Our turn is next week. Our turn is next week. My guy throw one interception, now the sky is falling. We throw one interception, now the sky is falling. The first pass of the day, if you don't remember, this is the first pass of the day. Let me go ahead and show this real quick. My bad, chat. They trying to get me. First pass of the day. This is the first pass of the day. You mean to tell me you ain't played a whole first half? You've been sitting over there ice cold, twiddling your thumbs. And your first pass, coach called a play action. And you throw a dot. This was all the same drive. He came out there firing. And yes, it was stalled out because of a 4th and 1. But don't get it twisted like he's not him. Clean offensive, a rope. And look, that was the only play we had goddamn Gage Larverdale. That was the only goddamn play we had Gage Larverdale out there. Come on, baby. This is all the same goddamn drive. So don't tell me he ain't come out there goddamn cooking. Don't tell me he looked that bad. Because after this drive, they took Gage Larverdale out and then they put some of them other boys in there. You know how that looked. Cut it out. I don't want to hear none of the propaganda. Hit that like button for me too, chat. But come on, that was the very next play. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? What are we really talking about? Come on, chat. Come on. Come on. Come on. Anyway, let's move on. Todd, can you come back into the front of the congregation, please? Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. We finna have Todd come back into the front of the congregation. Because Todd gonna say a couple key points that I want you to hear. All right? Then can we really talk about it, though? Because this week, you're going to know what they're going to say. Oh, Deshaun Watson looked the best. Oh, Deshaun Watson did this. Deshaun Watson did that. Well, let's break down the film like we just did. Let's look at the film. Let's compare notes. Hold on, chat. That's on me.
Is the plan is going to pretty much be the same for the offensive line in front of them? Or are you hoping to maybe,
Well, we'll see because we practice with them Thursday. So we have to talk about the reps we're going to have Thursday because the reps, and I talk with Joe Brady tomorrow. So we're going to talk about how the practice goes. But if it's really heavy in terms of our ones and our upper level twos, then I could see a world where a number of those guys don't play in the game because of the work they got on Thursday. We would certainly not want to work them at a high level on Thursday and then expect them to turn around, especially against team like Buffalo and their players, and then play on Saturday.
So once again, chat, that Thursday practice, when they have it, we gonna be here and we gonna be covering it. That Thursday practice is basically like that Saturday game. Because when Shedeur Sanders even starts, he ain't gonna be equipped with that whole front starting offensive line. But I'm okay with that 2 offensive line because they cooked a little bit. I'm okay with having still Denzel Boston, KC, Jerry Jeudy, and some of them boys out there. I'm cool with that because we ain't had none of them weapons today. And I guarantee you, if Shedeur was throwing to any one of them, even on that play where he threw the interception, KC, we saw him dang that snag that thing the other day during practice. And KC, I know he gonna go get up and grab that. So don't trip, Chad. They gonna think the sky falling this week. Shedeur Sanders look horrible. Didn't have no pre-snap penalties, no false starts. Operation was clean. Yes, he threw an interception. Yes, he had a fumble snap. First preseason game. Come on now. Mistakes gonna happen. But let's compare mistakes.
And the reason to split the reps Thursday is just to keep it fair as possible.
As best as we can. The hardest part is you're not going to have similar blocks, right? You could have a rundown period and get back on track. 3rd downs, 2 minute. You're not going to have 2 different blocks or 2 similar blocks where the quarterbacks get the equality. It's just what you have to do. It's the closest you get. We want to see them compete as much as we can. And both of them had a turnover. One was a fumble, but I was really pleased with our quarterback play. It's not going to feel like that. Turn it over 3 times. That's never going to be ideal. But to me, it felt like we are going to be able to throw the football, be effective in that, certainly do a better job coaching in the run game and the protections and our play actions and everything that we do, we're going to get better at. But I was pleased with our quarterback play. I mean, for Shedeur not to play the first half and to come right out with our quarterback play.
Listen to what he's saying. This is why I say chat. We ain't listening to nothing nobody's saying. Listen to the next few words that he says out his mouth. Listen to the next few words that he says out his mouth. Please. Please. This is for the people in the back.
I mean, for Shedeur not to play the first half and to come right out and we open it up with a throw, hits Gage, I think if I have it right, and then we get a big 3rd down and they go 0 and we block it up and he hits, our slot on a crossing route. Obviously, we didn't finish. Got to call it better. Got to coach better. Got to play.
See? Got to call it better. Got to coach better. But for him, dog, Shedeur came out slapping boys. He came out. I just showed you the scenario. Did I not? Hit Gage. Boom. Now 3rd down, 3rd and 13. What do you do? Toss that boy up. 0 coverage. Let me put it on my slot receiver. Let me stand in the pocket, get hit. Todd, what you just say when we got down to the goal line? What we need to do better?
Bro, to play the first half better at, but I was pleased with our quarterback play. I mean, for Shedeur not to play the first half and to come right out and we open it up with a throw, hits Gage, I think if I have it right, and then
Obviously, we didn't finish. Got to call it right. Got to play better. So after those first 2 plays, whose fault was it, Todd? Obviously, we didn't finish. But what happened? Why didn't you finish, Todd? Got to call it better. Got to coach better. Got to play better. Come on now. That's from the coach. So what we tripping for? We not.
pretty good. We just got to do a better job coaching them and playing around them.
And he say that because he knows Shedeur Sanders. If you ain't living under the rock, if you know anything about football, dog, Shedeur Sanders was out there with the 3, 4, 5, 6. He was out there with them. Once again, he was out there with them. But let me show you this. Coming from somebody who's watched a lot of football, it's Skip Bayless. Deshaun Watson. How you look today, in your opinion, Skip? Deshaun Watson looked shaky. Antsy, unsure, held the ball, threw mostly checkdowns, underneath stuff, got stripped, lost fumble, passing yardage, padded by long run after catch by Dylan Sampson. Without that long run that he threw to Dylan Sampson, him and Shedeur damn near got the same amount of yards. Do they not? Oh. But I told y'all all this already. Did I not, chat? Chat, didn't I say all this already? Did I bring up all these points? Maybe me and Skip, we just like this. Skip Bayless, what else you got to say about Shedeur? Shedeur's first throw was better than any of Deshaun's. No, Skip. You know they ain't gonna say that. Skip, is this AI? Is AI Skip? Can't be you, Skip. Anyway, moving on. I'm just showing you. Come on, man. It's going to be a lot of propaganda this week. It's going to be a lot of nonsense this week. Deshaun Watson, you did well. You did well. You did well. Even with this play. Oh, actually, I ain't going to even bring up no more plays. Let's just go ahead and get to the podium, man. Let's go ahead and get to the podium. Shedeur, I need you coming to the front of the congregation, please. I need you to come into the front of the congregation, Shedeur. I need you to come, talk to my people. I want to hear from your mouth how you felt like you did today. All right? And I want the whole truth, the true truth, and nothing. And I mean nothing, Shedeur. Nothing. But the goddamn truth. You understand me? So, Shedeur, come on up to the front of the congregation, please. Let's talk. Have a conversation about it.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Seems a little empty today. Cause we lost. Is that what it is?
He said seems a little empty.
Oh, okay. Today. That's love. Okay.
He funny.
Makes sense.
Well, what was it like for you just to be back out there after the offseason and putting some of the work you've done?
Yeah.
What was it like being back out there?
It was fun. Being out there was fun for sure. Being able to see the game was truly amazing. From like just the preparation, everything. I was so excited.
How did it feel to start off with 2 big passes to Gage and to Luke, and just to kind of get rolling right away?
I mean, I don't really get excited. I don't get excited about the big plays and that stuff no more, because it's like it's playing chess. It's like, if you do this, we're gonna do that. You know, so it's just the right move in the right time. It was the right play call in the right time, and I was super excited. I was super excited about the play call and everything, and that we executed it, and all of our players was thinking the same thing at the same time.
How do you think things went just from an operational standpoint, the huddle, talking with Coach Monk and things like that?
I was early on, I would say the operation wise, it was definitely a little faster in the game. So we definitely had good communication in the huddle, talking about everything, and just being able to step out the huddle, you know, when the play calls get called, so it's no miscommunication like between the line on what they hear and what I say, anything. So that was exciting to be able to get that. And now the coach has been emphasizing that. And now it's kind of like it wasn't as loud, so we able to understand it a little bit more of what they're saying and why they're saying certain things.
Were you happy to be able to kind of get your feet wet a little bit before you go into your start next week against the Bills?
Oh no, my feet get wet every day at practice. It just felt like another day at practice, honestly. To me.
See, and that's a player that takes practice serious. That's a player who comes up and shows up every single day during practice. It's practice is the most important time. Shedeur Sanders, 0 to 17, buddy. 0 to 17, buddy. Listening, nothing has changed. Shedeur. Yes. That's up to Shedeur. Wrist up, baby. Y'all know it.
But even this week being on the road, communicating with the quarterback room and just talking ball and everything, I was able to unlock another point of view and be able to see things a little differently. So that's what I was excited about, and being able to get those different point of views from everybody in the quarterback room that has experience. It was great.
What did you see on the interception?
What I see, the right read, just slip. You know,
he said the right read and just slipped. See, but you see this smile though? That's a smile from a confident person, knowing that hey, at the end of the day, y'all might look at that interception and y'all might think the sky's falling. But I'm looking at that interception that my feet were in the right place, my head was in the right place, my eyes was in the right place. I missed the throw. Period. But I know I got my time to shine next week, though. I know I can bounce back next week, though. I know I can bounce back next week, and I will.
It's the right read. It just slipped. So that's what makes me be mad a little bit because of it. But you know, I don't, any decision I make, I know it's the right decision. I just didn't execute the decision, but the right decision was made. So every day I look and I see about decision making, like how's my decisions I'm making, and that's how I grade myself off of. You know, obviously, turn the ball over and all that stuff is not great. You know, and it won't survive a long time in the league doing that. But as long as my eyes and my feet and everything was in the right place, being able to execute it just may happen. So I look at the positive of things. You know, I'm alive, I'm breathing. I'm able to come up here and talk to y'all. So you know, I can't be that down.
Todd said the same thing. He said he thought you and Dylan on the reception coach had the right read, just for some reason, like the execution was a little off. It sounds like is that pretty encouraging for you at the second? Like, I mean, you probably have faith you're going to be able to execute most of the time. It's about the decision making, probably.
No, we definitely want to execute, so we don't want to make that a habit. But you know, it may happen. Yeah. Overall, we both felt the same thing. The ball's a little sandy. So that was just a moment just to laugh at, you know, between us, honestly, because it was the right decision. I talked to him when he got to the sideline. I said, "Hey, what happened, bitch?" Oh, I said, "Hey, what happened?" He's like, "Bro, the ball's sandy." I said, "Bro, I know the ball's sandy." So it was just,
I don't know about the ball being sandy, but we ain't throwing a ball, and that Chicago Bears turf is horrible. So, you know, I give it to y'all. But at the end of the day, I respect the answer. Because Dylan Gabriel got that same treatment, got that same experience. He had to throw an interception just like that. Deshaun Watson ain't throwing an interception. Almost did, but he didn't. Every quarterback threw a turnover or had a turnover today. I said threw a turnover. Every quarterback had a turnover today. It is okay. But at the end of the day, don't let it slip again, Shedeur. Just saying.
It was just a good moment to just talk about it and laugh about after it's over. But the decision making and being able to execute what's out there was the best thing.
When it comes to post snap, like your footwork processing and even, you know, making sure you get through your reads properly, were you happy with, you know, how you perform when, you know, with a lot of bullets flying today?
Yeah, I feel like bullets always flying in practice. I always feel like that. So it's the difference is the attitude, how we go about practice every day. That's what makes the game more like real. And even having some experience in the reps and the experience of last year helps me in film study, being able to look at the film and watch everything to make the mind go a little faster. It's like you could think something, but then after you think something, you got to do it. So it's just about how much do you know it to be able to recognize it as things going on. So I think I had great post-snap.
So what he was saying, man? What is he gonna continue to say before we got really interrupted by my goddamn people over at PetSmart? That's other PetSmart though. But what he's saying is right though. At the end of the day, my eyes, my feet, everything is in the right spot. Sometimes you execute, sometimes you don't execute. It's a part of football.
I had great post-snap visibility and being able to see what was going on. And, you know, it was a great game plan that our coaches had. You know, were we able to put up the points and do what we were supposed to do that matters in this league? Wins and losses, nah. We wasn't able to accomplish about that. We wasn't able to accomplish that today. But overall, I like the process that we're going in. Though, I like it. I'm really excited about that.
Zach and Mary Kay. What was your best throw today?
Check down to the running back in the red zone. That was the best throw to me. Because, I mean, I expect they go cover zero. I expect to get the ball out of my hand, do that. I expect on a quick game to get it out of my hand and do it, especially in zone coverage and everything. But the best thing for me is more understanding down and distance, and we've been doing that, emphasizing that every day in practice. So that's when it's a team. It's not even just me. It's the O-line. It's everybody in the back. Everybody plays their part. When it's one of the tackles saying down the distance while I'm reading the play call, and it's all that. Like we're a unit, and I'm excited about that because I know that helps us all think the same.
Chad, I'm gonna get some more into my commentary, but we giving Shedeur Sanders the floor. We're gonna give we gonna give Deshaun Watson the same treatment. But I want to hear their full press conferences, and we only here to hear from this man anyway. And we only here to hold the wrist up and watch my guy anyway. So we might as well give him the flow when it's time to talk.
And Will's able to execute a lot of the things that even we may not have reps on together, me and Luke, on the big play. You know, we haven't hit that. He hit one of those with one of the quarterbacks. Then being able to execute it means we all speaking the same, we all thinking the same, and that's truly exciting.
Coach says that he's going to divide up the first team reps between you and Deshaun against the Bills, which they're looking at that as a big part of the evaluation. How do you feel about being able to split those reps in that practice?
Oh, no, just
real quick. If you're just not coming in, chat, the title is clickbait. My guy did not struggle, but you clicked on it because you thought he struggled, didn't you? I know. Y'all know how I feel about two. I'm always call it even. He didn't struggle. He actually played solid. I gave him a D+, C-. Deshaun Watson gets a B+. Dang, they're almost an A-. But he didn't throw a pass over 10 yards. So that's why he gets a B+. You understand? Shedeur Sanders, without the interception, he would have still got a C+, C-. He didn't score. Led no scoring drives. You understand me? Football is about wins and losses. They lost. But also, did you put points on the board? No, he didn't today. So he didn't struggle. I was capping with the caption or with the title. But chat, you know how I go. I appreciate you clicking this video, though. Make sure you hit that like button, too. But regardless, though, chat, y'all know who I ride for. You know who I rock with. Come on now.
I'm just excited getting reps. You know, just excited getting reps.
We are.
Definitely.
The last year, we wasn't getting nothing. Last year with no reps, what we do? We came out there and balled. Cut it out.
I'm excited for this week. I'm excited to see.
Hey, Shedeur, you know why you excited this week? Because we're going to actually be throwing some weapons. Hey, Shedeur! You know why you excited this week? Because we're going to be throwing a couple of them boys. This is why we excited. Deshaun had them. We ain't had them today. So what we tripping for? He struggled with the 3s, 4s, and 5s. And he didn't even struggle. He still came out there and balled. The first drive, Shedeur led them all the way down the field to the 5-yard line. He didn't get any points on the board because Tom Duncan decided to go for it on the 4th and 1 and hand the goddamn ball off. It happens. But when Shedeur throwing to them boys, come on now. Then come have a conversation with me. Then let's talk about it. Deshaun Watson, you throwing to them boys and you ain't throwing over 10 yards. Our guy, the first play he went out there, chat. The first play he went out there, he threw it over 10 yards. The first play we went out there, we dropped a dime. We didn't even get, bro, Gage Larverdale wasn't even on the goddamn field after the first drive. Come on. Then the very next play, or not the next play, that same drive, what we do. That same drive, what we do, Shedeur. That same drive, what we do. A dot, a dime. Let us right down the field. Cut it out, baby. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Deshaun, you had them boys and you ain't throw it over 10 yards. Bet you we throw it over 10 yards next Saturday, though. Cut it out. That's all the Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Jerry Jeudy, Bond, Larver, Dan Wallace. That's what all them boys. But I ain't trying to hit nothing you talking about. We know what he going to do when he get them. We know what's going to happen. I'm going to let you finish, Shedeur.
See the game. That's why I love being able to see stuff and be able to recognize it and get it in person. That's what makes me so excited about. And, it opened up a new perspective. So I'm extremely happy.
Thanks, Shedeur.
Appreciate it.
SO to him. SO to him. Appreciate you, Shedeur. Appreciate that. But chat, once again, you're going to hear a lot of propaganda this week. You're going to hear a lot of nonsense this week. But I ain't listening to none of it. I ain't listening to none of it. When our guy get out there, let's just see what he do. Once you go out there with the one, Shedeur, ain't no excuses. And we don't want no excuses. We don't care to make excuses. We don't. We don't. So, anyway, back to what we was talking about. Back to what we were saying. Because now I want to hear from some people who may be biased, maybe not biased. I want to hear from them regardless. I just want y'all to hear what they got to say. Let's see if the sky is falling today. Let's see.
Let's get into these quarterbacks, starting with Deshaun Watson, who played the first half. They did get that 2-minute and a half type of situation there. Did not end, I think, the way Todd Monken had drawn that up. But Watson, 11 of 15, $128. His rating was 98.2.
Well, yeah, everybody, you take the good with the back and good with the bad. So
we don't care about the rating, my guy. You already starting off with a stat. Dog, what did he do in person? He had a nice QB rating. He had a nice day. We understand that. He had a nice QB rating. Great job. Great job, Deshaun. Great job. But continue.
Sometimes you make great throws, and, the argument was, it was only a screen pass, but it was a nice throw on the screen. Great run by Dylan Sampson. Again,
when he starts, he definitely going to kill him. When he starts, he definitely going to kill him. Yeah, KC and Boston, they probably won't play on Saturday because they're going to play a lot on Thursday. You make a good point. Who just said that? My guy, Jay Rizzle. Yeah, you make a good point. Deshaun Watson ain't going to be out there with them boys. Not Deshaun Watson. Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston potentially may not be out there on Saturday, but I'm hoping they at least get a series or two.
Like you would have said, Dylan Sampson, a guy we've loved in camp, to get him a ball in space. A simple touch on a screen, he takes it.
All right, see. I tried to give him a shot. I tried. They ain't get to the point too quick. They ain't get to the point quick enough. We ain't got to hear from no problem. We're going to get to the propaganda next week. All right, we're going to get to the propaganda next week, chat. Today, we going to end on a smooth note. All right, we're going to end on a smooth note. Deshaun Watson, he talked to the media after the game. Deshaun, how you felt about today, guy? How did you feel about today, guy? My guy, how did you feel about today? Talk to us. Hey, with your chest, Deshaun.
That That was a long time coming.
Over 600 days.
Felt good, felt excited just to be back on the field. Go through pregame, get warmed up, take the field for the first time, and I don't even know how long it has been, but
over 600
definitely
days.
a good moment for myself.
We ain't gotta talk about that.
Seemed like they coach sort of disputed this, but give me some nice easy throws to kind of get into a rhythm early. How important was that just to find that rhythm, early on and not struggle to get there?
It's always good, I think, for any quarterback, not just myself, but anybody that's starting off the season or even starting the game. The key for a quarterback and receiver is just getting completions, seeing the ball get to the receiver's hands and they catching it and getting positive yards and moving down the field. So good.
Coach said that there were a number of things that he wanted to see from you that he did see today, including the fact that you looked like you were having fun and enjoying being back out there. Is that what it felt like to you, kind of?
Most definitely. I had fun with the guys, enjoying myself, smiling, getting hit a little bit, going through certain situations, talking with Coach on the headset. So everything was good to be back out there, and I was definitely having fun.
How would you assess your performance, and then what encourages you, and what do you feel like you want to work on some more in practice coming up?
It's always things to work on. Just continue to work at the operation. Just continue to get in and out the huddle. Just getting back in the groove of just seeing operation, play clock, down the distances, work certain situations, getting down to my check downs. But trying to stay positive, getting completions, moving the ball, and not taking any negative plays. That's the key. So there's a lot more to improve, and we have more time the next couple of weeks to do that.
We appreciate that response, Deshaun. Keep it going. What else you got to say, my guy?
The game, were you able to keep up after being?
Yeah, it was good. It was good to be able to feel that, things that, of course it was moving fast, but also being able to recognize different coverages and seeing the blitzes and things like that was, it was good to be able to see.
How did your hand come out? I saw you shaking your hand a little bit, and then you got it checked. I think your hand and your forearm a little bit.
Yeah, it was just my forearm. I got hit in my elbow. I guess it was my funny bone, but just a little numbness, but it went away as the game kind of continued to go on. But at that moment, it was just a little funny bone thing.
Coming kind of off of that, just you mentioned getting hit, and it's been a while since you've really gained hits and that sort of thing. But how did you feel like you kind of went through that and processed all that today?
Yeah, it was good. I didn't get hit as hard, and that's the key, is just being able to stay healthy, not try to take any unnecessary hits or blows that's gonna add any extra distractions to your body. So it was good to be able to feel the hits and get tackled a little bit, and just again play football and throw the ball around and be out there just calling plays.
Like a pretty good start for Concepcion. I think is what he brings.
Yeah, he's a very talented player. He is going to make a lot of plays for this team, and he's going to continue to just get better as the more time he plays and get those reps and get out.
Deshaun, you saying a lot, but I want to hear how you feel about still not starting. All right, just hurry up and get to that.
Out there, and once coaching scheme up plays to get him the ball, he can be very dangerous.
Coach said that he 100% believes, after seeing you out there today, believes that if you win the starting job, that you can go out there and be a quality starting NFL quarterback. How do you feel not only about him saying that, but how do you feel about that for yourself?
Yeah. I mean, that's always been my mentality. So I don't think that's anything that I doubt into myself. That's the reason why I work hard these last 2 years, to get back to that. I had some challenges with some injuries and suspension, and now being able to get a full off season and continue to work my way back up. It takes time, but at the same time, I don't doubt myself in any way that I can't play at a high level.
There's been a lot of talk about the pre-snap and process and all that. How did you feel like operationally that went for you today?
It was good. A couple of things. I had one delay of game. We had a couple motions and it got down to one. And being preseason, I think Coach mentioned, regular season, we want to keep the timeouts, maybe take a timeout, but those are the things that you got to be able to get the guys in and out the huddle. I know we switching personnels and have different motions, but as a quarterback, you have to manage that. And that's one thing that pops in the top of my head. But as far as operating, seeing the defense, seeing where the ball needs to go, it was pretty solid today.
And did they ask Shedeur Sanders any of those questions about operation today? Just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend. Did they ask Shedeur Sanders about any kind of operations? Or if he had any mistakes with the operation? Or if he had any delayed games today? Because last week they was making such a big deal about it. And 2, yeah, he threw an interception. Yeah, he ain't played particularly well. At least some people say. But we ain't had none of that y'all was saying. Oh, okay.
Coach also mentioned that that he will split the first team reps against the Bills and that you will play in the third quarter.
I knew Mary Kay was going to get to it. And then that's the last question, y'all. And then we're going to move on, get back to some of these videos I got for you.
After Shedeur starts the Bills game. So how do you feel about the fact that the competition is continuing and that you're going to have more opportunities and it's kind of a big week?
Yeah, just, again, take advantage of those opportunities. Whenever that my number is called and, I'm the guy out there leading the group, you got to continue to just find ways to get better, find success, and be positive with it. So, we just had to take it one day at a time.
You had Spencer out there with you the whole time. What did you see out of the rookie, getting his first
All right. And we're going to end on that one, chat. We're going to end on that one. But Fano was out there the whole time with Deshaun Watson. Fano damn near played the whole first half just with Deshaun Watson. That just goes to show you, one, they want to continue to get Fannin work. All right, so that was good quality work that Fannin got a chance to get out there and play the whole entire half, and they wanted to protect that blind side of the quarterback, and they knew Fano was at least 9 times out of 10 he was going to hold up, which he did. Fano didn't do such a bad job today. He actually did pretty well for his first start and for him being a rookie. So Fano didn't do terrible today. Playing left tackle, having Deshaun Watson 6, he didn't do bad. He didn't do bad at all. That's what a Fano. Hopefully you continue to just grow and get better. But I just want to show this real quick, chat. I just want to show this. This wasn't tweeted by me. All right, it was not tweeted by me. But it says, Shedeur Sanders' first play is a 24-yard pass completed to Gage Larverdale. Deshaun Watson did not throw a pass over 10 yards today. Just want to continue to reiterate that fact. Just want to continue to reiterate it. Shedeur Sanders' second pass attempt was a 36-yard completion to Luke Fleury. Once again, Gage Larverdale is like our 4th or 5th receiver. Luke Fleury is like our 4th or 5th receiver. Really, Gage Larverdale is 4. Luke 5. We can continue. But I brought up this tweet for a reason. Because before we had the interception, people were tweeting stuff like this. We've only seen Shedeur Sanders for one drive compared to Deshaun Watson getting the entire first half. I can already say that Shedeur Sanders is a better QB unequivocally. Watson had happy feet. Didn't I say that earlier, chat? Oh, okay. Well, not even happy feet. He had stale feet, in my opinion. But you can say happy feet, too. And then he routinely checked it down. Shedeur Sanders came right out and pushed the ball downfield. Yes, Shedeur Sanders started to check the ball down because at the end of the day, dog, we ain't had Gage out there. We ain't had some of our boys out there who we typically rely on. Yes, we had to check it down, especially if ain't nothing open down the field. But if you ain't played the entire first half and then you go out there and just cook your first couple passes, lead the team all the way down there to a damn near a scoring drive, because if this is a real game in the season, they're not going to go for that 4th down. They're going to kick the field goal. That's one scoring drive right there. Then that gives them momentum. So that would have changed the plans for how they came out that second drive with Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders only had 3 drives today. Remember that. 3 drives compared to 6 or 7 that Deshaun Watson got. Remember that. And with those 3 drives that Shedeur Sanders got, dog, if we really talking about it, if we really being honest about it, Shedeur Sanders had 3 drives. He dang near had as many yards as Deshaun Watson did in those 3 drives. Shedeur Sanders, once again, he had 3 drives. Went 6 for 11. Deshaun Watson, 111 for 15, 126. But if we're being honest, how many yards that came from Sampson? You take away them yards, we dang near got the same. Y'all know the point I'm trying to make, man. You know the point I'm trying to make. I ain't trying to go there, but the sky's falling and the propaganda has already started. But please apply context. Please let them know we watched the film. Please let them know what we saw when we watched the film. I'm not making excuses for Shedeur Sanders because he has to play better, regardless of whoever you out there with, because you know you got a microscope on you. You know you got a microscope on you. So, yes, he has to play better. But at the same time, dog, ain't no need to worry about it. Ain't no need to stress about it. But we shall see. We shall see how the cookie crumbles. Some people going to say, oh, they're still searching for the franchise player. Some people going to say Shedeur Sanders is not that good. He this, he that. At the end of the day, I want to hear it all. I want y'all to continue to say it all. Because come that first game next week, that's what we going to see. Come Shedeur Sanders' first start next week with the ones. And during the scrimmage on Thursday, when we come through and we talk about what really happened, and we watch some of the footage from the scrimmage on Thursday, that's really going to set the playing field. That's really going to tell us what's real and what's not. Mary Kay always stretching the truth. You know that. You know that. Mary Kay definitely tried to get to watch Deshaun, and you know he said, he potentially is starting. Mary Kay, you know she always on that. You know that. Can we get all of Deshaun Watson's 4-yard dart plays? Well, we saw some of them. Come on, man. Come on, man. Cut it out. Cut it out. But, chat, I just want to remind y'all. I just want to remind you, chat. It could be worse. It could be worse. We could still be dealing with this guy. All right? We still can be dealing with this guy, chat. Pump your brakes. Because it could be worse. At one point, it was 0 to how much? We could still be dealing with this.
You look at the score, and then immediately I look at turnover margin, and I believe we were -2 in that first half, and obviously turning where we thought we had points, and then it's going back the other way, and they're scoring 7. So
we could be still dealing with him.
That's the first thing that gets my attention, because that's something that we really want to be great at, is that turnover margin. I evaluate the entire offense in that regard. So I didn't, move the ball well enough as an offense. Certainly, there's some things that we can clean up. We had a drop snap out there, so those are little plays that we will continue to work on. But hard to give a grade on that fewest amount of samples. Our standard for our football team, offense, defense, and special teams, remains the same, whether it's the first quarter or the fourth quarter of the preseason games. And you look at
chat, we could still be dealing with him, chat. We could still be dealing with him. Chat, if we've been honest, we could have already been eliminated from the QB, from the playoff contention. We could have already been eliminated from the playoff contention. We could have already been eliminated, chat. Things could always be worse. Always remember that. Things can always be worse. Things can always be worse. They could. They could. Casey Concepcion. From one game, he's our bright spot for today. But chat, just know it could be worse. Just know it could be worse. Because if you take away that interception from Shedeur Sanders, which everybody going to try to put a spotlight on, he really didn't play that bad. If you take away that interception from Shedeur Sanders, he really didn't play that bad. And that's if we really being honest. Like, let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it. So, don't trip, chat. Don't worry. Everything gonna be all right. We gonna be patient continually. and we're going to let these things play out. Today, Deshaun Watson, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Check down Charlie, get out unscathed. Good job. Good job. Good job. Shedeur Sanders, he airmailed a wide open receiver. We got to learn from that. We got to get better from that. But it happens. It happens. It was painful to watch today, but we're going to end on a bright note and a bright spot. Eso de KC Concepcion. Eso de KC Concepcion today. Eso to him. Eso to KC. That boy already got a nice little highlight reel, and it's the first game. Yeah. Yeah, Cleveland. When I say y'all got y'all one, yeah. Y'all got y'all one. All right. So understand this. The final score from today was 10-34. Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, and Dylan Gabriel all turned the ball over today. Shedeur Sanders went 6 for 11, 79 yards. Deshaun Watson went 11 for 15, 126 yards. And Dylan Gabriel went 5 for 8, 23 yards. We broke down the film. We heard from everybody. We talked about it. And now guess what? It's on the Buffalo Bills. It's on to the Buffalo Bills. Come on, man. It's on to the Buffalo Bills. So ain't no need to trip. Ain't no need to go back and forth. Ain't no need to worry. Ain't no need to say this. Ain't no need to say that. We can continue to let all these things play out. So, hey, chat. Next week is another week. Next week is another week. Next week, we're going to continue to see the cream rise to the top. Deshaun Watson. Some people will say you're in the lead now. Deshaun Watson, some people will say that the job is yours. Deshaun Watson, some people will say the race is already over. Deshaun Watson, some people will say you're already him. You got it. But I'm not one of those people. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to go that far. You did good today, Deshaun. I'm proud of you, Deshaun. I love to see it. Shedeur had multiple checkdowns today, just like you. But next game, Deshaun, I got to see you throw it down the field. During that scrimmage, I got to see you throw it downfield. Next week, I got to see you continue on with the progression that you had today. So, chat, when it comes to the numbers going to say who did better today. The numbers going to say who balled and who didn't. So we're going to let the numbers do the numbers today. But understand, we ain't worried. We ain't worried. And they said Atlanta going to run Stefanski up out of there. Yeah, he is. Atlanta going to run Stefanski up out of there. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Y'all know it. Stefanski ain't going to last long in Atlanta. That's why I showed that little clip. But I just really wanted y'all to know it could be a lot worse. So, yeah, they're going to say the sky's falling. They will. But next week when we with the ones, next week when we able to cook, next week when we really get our shot to shine, and it's really time to show who better and to say who better. Hey, we're going to come back and we're going to have the same conversation. Because everybody and their mama saying all this. Everybody and their mama going to say what they saw today. But we're going to see. Because Watson today had the entire starting line. Hold on. 'Cause I don't want to make no excuses. But somebody said it, not me. Deshaun Watson today, he had Jerry Jeudy, Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion, Isaiah Bond, Junkins, Sampson. Right? Okay. He had the starting O-line, but only a few backups. And then Shedeur Sanders had the backup offensive line, the backup of the backups, Floria, Gage, Corey, Rocket Sanders, and another rookie running back. So, chat, don't trip. The Cleveland Browns right now, it showed today that we're top heavy. It showed today that they don't really have depth. We know that. They're rebuilding. They're retooling. Everybody and their mama gonna say, the sky's falling. Everybody and their mama gonna say, Shedeur is not good. Everybody and their mama gonna say, Deshaun Watson might as well just be handed the keys and he should start now. What's the need to continue to play out the quarterback battle? But once again, that's on the peekaboo, because you said it. That's on the peekaboo, U22. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That's on the peekaboo 22. You said it. We gonna be okay. Monkey gonna get them together. Everything is new. That's what the preseason is for. The new Browns are still coming, and the fans are still with you. Go Browns. I love it. That's on the peekaboo 22. You said it, not me. I'm gonna give you the credit. But chat, let them say what they want to say. Let them say what they want to say. Let them say what they want to say. But next week, when it's our time, when we can hold up the wrist, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Because we're going to bring up these same stats next week. We're going to bring up these same stats next week. And we're going to compare how Deshaun Watson did with the ones and how Shedeur Sanders did with the ones. Period. To be quite honest with you, I say with Tom Munkin, dog, if I'm being honest, you shouldn't even throw Shedeur Sanders out there. You should have just put in Dylan Gabriel. If you're going to play him with the 3s, 4s, and 5s. Or you should have checked Deshaun Watson out a little early, even though you want him to have a 2-minute. But if I'm being honest, chat, if I'm really being honest, we know what Shedeur Sanders is. We know what he got in his bag. And we ain't tripping. But next week, we're going to bring up these same stats. We're going to look at these same stats. And we're going to compare how Shedeur Sanders did with the ones, how Deshaun Watson did with the ones. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. And that's going to tell us who really won a QB competition. Deshaun, you up one right now. But holler back at me next week. All right? All right. So now let's not worry. Don't trip. Give it time. The sky not falling. Shedeur going to be all right. We going to be all right. Still holding up the wrist. You understand me? And let's just give it time. And let things play out. Let it play out. Let it play out. Give it time, chat. Give it time. But before we get up out of here, chat, all right, before we take off, please make sure you do me one favor. All right, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you also do me this one favor. Please make sure you send this to your daddy, your mama, your best friend, friend of another friend, Let Johnny, Let Timmy. Don't forget about little Susie too. The Susie need these gems. And don't forget about Let Josh. Let Josh need these gems as well. All right, so send these gems to everybody. Everybody. All right, don't be selfish. It's not a good look. Please don't be selfish. All right, don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Next week, we're going to bounce back. And next week, we're going to show the world. Because today, in my opinion, once again, Todd Monken should never even played him at all. If you ain't going to at least keep him with Larverdin, you ain't at least going to keep one of his top wide receivers who he's been connecting with all camp in there. But no excuses. Shedeur Sanders, you know you're on the microscope. You got to play better. Got to do better. And today we did what we could. Next week, we're going to be better. Next week, we're going to do better. Deshaun Watson. We're going to see how you look in that same situation with Shedeur. We're going to see how you look coming in and playing that second half. We're going to see how you look with the same weapon Shedeur had. Maybe even less. We're going to see how you look. And Shedeur, we're going to see how you look with the ones. Period, point blank. But this competition is not over. Shedeur Sanders did not struggle today. But Deshaun Watson, hey, you up 1-0, baby. Shedeur, Deshaun up 1-0. How you going to respond? Period, point blank. But folks, that's all she wrote for today. Come back next week. I actually come back tomorrow because tomorrow we recapping all of this. Tomorrow we might get into a little propaganda. Tomorrow we got sports talk Sunday night. We're going to recap all these preseason games. Talk about some of these players who ball and some of these players who not. But next week we're going to really talk about it. But please make sure y'all hit that like button once again. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you send this to everybody. All right. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. I thank you for continuing to come back. I thank you for continuing to tune in. Show your boy some love. But Cleveland, Shedeur fans, we going to be all right. We going to be all right. All right, let's get to some of y'all chats real quick before we get up out of here. New everything, new preseason will be fine. He has depressing. It has to be depressing as a Browns fan. Lady PC, what's up, miss? What's up with you? Yeah, as a Browns fans, guess what? It is tough. It's tough. But at the end of the day, dog, if Shedeur up there smiling, laughing, living his best life, you should be smiling, laughing, and living your best life too. Because Shedeur know what's up. Ain't nothing to trip about. Ain't nothing to worry about. Just give it time. Give it time. Give it time. Give it time. All right? All right. Holla at you soon. Because guess what? Yeah, we out? Nah. Yeah, we out. Deuces.
Hey, we live now, really.